Yeah, I got contacts a few weeks ago,
Super quiet, still Zach.
Son of a bitch.
but I can see now, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
Being able to see is good.
It does help, yeah. I'm just going to turn you up now.
And as soon as you do that, it's going to fix his microphone.
I know.
That's what we were just saying.
I've unplugged the microphone, so I'm using the one for the that's on the laptop. Because for some reason, with mine plugged in, I can't hear anything.
Okay, I turned you up. I can hear you fine now.
Yeah, I got you turned up a bit, and I'm streaming, so we're all good to go.
Okay.
So now is the time for racial slurs.
Yeah, sure.
Or at least Holocaust jokes.
As long as it's fantasy based.
Targeting other fantasy races in the world.
Exactly.
I mean, Jack's a human, and humans are inherently racist in my world, so, you know.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong then.
not all humans. Just the country that my other campaign is in is very, very
That's
human.
racist.
Very pro-human. All right. Is everybody ready?
Aye.
Ready.
So I renamed your Melt's minute meteors to something a little bit more you, so that doesn't confuse you when you try to click on it. All right. So when we last left our heroes, you guys had managed to. You had left your home of Broken Heights and headed to Darkfall in an attempt to speak with the Night Queen to tell her that you are now being sponsored by Captain Grimm as his de facto
Battery fully charged. Battery fully charged.
Position as captain, one of the 10 pirate captains. Upon the high seas, you fought some things. It had some rather nasty weather. A couple water elementals attacked. You met some mermaids and decided not to trade with the mermaids and moved on and eventually made your way to Darkfall. That's pretty much what happened last session. There was not a lot that happened. And you guys made your way here. You met the Dockmaster, who you guys have met before, and I told you her name. If anybody actually wrote it down.
Sure, Sash.
So now you guys are here. There's a few things that we can go over now that we've started. There are multiple shops here in Darkfall. They are all named. Some of them are pretty straightforward. The smithy and repairs is where it's a blacksmith where you can get stuff repaired. Weapons for sale, pretty straightforward. Turquoise Textiles is kind of a place where you could go to maybe get new sails or change the color of your sails or clothing. Alchemy and You is an alchemist shop. Boom is they sell explosives, and then ship supplies. Pretty straightforward. A little further down into Darkfall, there is a street that has 6 different taverns, and that's where all the taverns are in the city. I will explain them to you a little bit so you can then tell me which one would be your character's favorite place to go to drink. So, so we've got King's Ransom, which is a tavern, and it's known for its food. It serves the best food in Darkfall, and even Squawky can appreciate the food that is served here. Not really. They have drinks there, but it's not really a drink establishment. Darkfall Drinks is a fairly standard tavern where the drinks are cheap and the food is okay. Dusk Till Dawn happens to be a local pirate favorite, and they have the best ale selection in town. Jupiter Winery it's a winery. They have many different wines from all over the realm, depending on how far away it is to get some of these wines in. There's the Officer's Mess, which is kind of a high-end establishment. It's a very quiet place, and the drinks are expensive. And then mead here, it's fairly simple. The owner is an orc, and orcs are known for their mead. And so the mead there is quite good, but their ale it's cheap and it's watered down. If you were to go there, you would want to drink the mead because they make it and they know how to do it. And those are the 6 taverns on the island of Darkfall, and you've been to all of them technically. So
Sounds like Squawky would either hang out at King's Ransom or Dust Till Dawn, depending on if you wanted food or drink.
yeah,
Mine would be Jupiter Winery, because wine.
right.
I'd be all over Darkfall Tavern.
Darkfall drinks.
Darkfall Drinks. That's the one.
Okay.
The
cheap drinks.
Be very frugal.
Which one would be like quiet where you could go and read a book, or
The Officer's Mess.
that's where Yoki would go?
So everyone different. Got it. Okay.
We spend all our time together. We want to spend our shore leave away from each other.
Okay. So, as you can see on the map, there are sections that are noted by the names of the captains, and that's basically their territory here on the island. Captain Grimm's is. Whoa. I think I just got feedback from Zach's mic. I heard myself. Anyway, Captain Grimm's territory is relatively small because a lot of the pirate captains actually, this is their base of operations, but Captain Grimm and you guys sailed from Broken Heights. So it's not really a point to stay here in Darkfall when your home is just a couple days further.
So is
Other
that
than
going
that,
to be our building now, or how does that work?
I
Or is that
mean,
still-
yeah, you guys can stay there if you want.
So when we're here, we've got a place to hang out at.
Yeah.
If we're not at the tavern.
There's not exactly like an inn here because most of the people that can come here are all pirates and they're part of a crew and they stay in their territory. But at the same time, you don't really want to be wandering into other people's territory. That's just asking for bad news.
You don't go there uninvited?
But also there's the dock district, which is just a ton of warehouses that are just loaded with loot and all sorts of stuff. Pirates bring in their loot, they dump it off, it gets counted. The Night Queen takes her share, gives them, buys all the other stuff that's not coin and sends them on their way if they want to. So, and then she is in charge, or then the Darkfall they sell stuff to other places so that, the captains don't have to try to go sell their wares that they stole in a legit port. Anyway, you guys are here now, and what would you like to do to start the day after you've gotten here to Darkfall?
Well, I would like to go take a nice hot bath at Grimm's estate.
Okay.
Squawky's gonna look for Kuatoa. He knows they're here. They're everywhere.
Yep, they sure are. Anyway.
Would we know like where we could find a cleric on this island that we could speak to?
That I mean, it's a weird. There's not exactly churches here.
Oh, I remember last time someone said that, or I think Ben just said that the Night Queen employs her own personal clerics.
She has all manner of spellcasters, yes.
All right, we can
Yeah.
kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, visiting the Night Queen's on our to-do list, but
Kill two
do
fish
we
with
want
one
to
stone.
do we want to stop by her house today? I believe the dockmaster said that she was seeing people today, or should we get some rest, some drinks, and try tomorrow?
Well, I think we should at the very least. Oh, sorry, in character. I think I don't know about y'all, but I'm a mess. I'm covered in salt. I think I should take a bath before I go see the Night Queen.
That's a fair point.
Did you fall in the ocean? Like, did I miss something?
No, but it was pouring, and you get natural sea spray when you're working on the ship, and it just clings to you. And
Sure. Says the guy who hides below deck all the time.
I got called up every night for a battle. Okay,
Every
Or
day.
morning,
Yeah.
every day.
And we're all
You're used to
sweaty.
that. People attack during the day generally.
Okay, let me ask you this: would we know the proper procedure then when we dock? Would the Night Queen expect us to come pay tribute as soon as we arrive, or can we just do it whenever we can?
It's a general leeway. Sometimes you guys would know that Captain Grimm would come back and just offload his stuff into a warehouse and just let it sit for a couple weeks, and then eventually, when he had some spare time, that you'd go through and count it, and then give the Night Queen her share.
Okay, cool.
Like
I just don't want us to offend
it's not
her.
imperative for you to pay her as soon as you get into town. That's what the warehouses are for.
So long as she gets her cut.
Yep.
How bad is Squawky looking at the moment?
He's got 1.5 points of exhaustion.
We give him like half
He's looking
disadvantage.
pretty strung out.
Okay. Yeah, I just head back with the rest of them then.
So take a bath, get some drinks, get some rest, and then we'll see the Night Queen in the morning.
Aye.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you head through town, and it's pretty bustling and busy here at all hours of the day. And you just travel through town and make your way to Captain Grimm's territory. It's not anything fancy here, but it's serviceable.
Ooh, I want to run up to the captain's room and just go flop down on the bed.
Okay.
Is it a nice bed?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Not that he ever slept in it, but yeah.
Oh, so I guess I'll have to break it in.
His avatar slept in it, or at least laid down in it. Got to keep up appearances,
I'm imagining there being like a doggy bed in the corner for the dragon to sleep on.
That's how it was in his
adorable.
quarters on the ship. Yeah, Catrus, you draw a bath and you soak for a little bit. Do you guys who'd you leave behind on the ship? Everybody?
Is there room for... I assume there's room for everybody on the ship.
Yes.
Not that we'd want to leave the ship alone, but
Yes,
there is theoretically room for everyone.
Yes, because there used to be enough room for 30 people.
I wonder what happened to them.
I wonder.
Only the kids, the two kids back on the ship. and the rest are free to take shore leave.
You're leaving Jimmy and
Tobias.
what's his face? Tobias in charge of the ship?
No, no.
Do they need supervision? All right, who do we leave to supervise the kids? I mean, it's that or they're, wandering around Darkfall.
You could leave, but I mean, you can still leave them on the ship, but I wouldn't leave them.
Only
the
those two.
on the ship.
Squawky will babysit them.
Let's. I mean, we could leave Stylar and Salazar. Maybe just kind of a skeleton crew, and then have everyone, site 12 hours, come back, and then they cycle out or something.
Makes sense. Salazar, do either of you, would you mind watching the ship with, the kids?
Of course, Captain.
I like how Captain Jack's all polite about it when you could just order them to watch the ship.
It's new to me!
But
Cool.
Jimmy and Tobias are like, "Aw, we want to go. Come on, let us go see the pirate land."
No. You two stay on the ship and make sure everything's
Don't worry,
in
Tobias.
order.
We'll sneak off later.
No picking any pockets, because if
Would
you
I-
pick anyone's pocket here, you're gonna be hung.
Would I have heard him whisper that?
What's your passive perception?
15.
15.
Would I have heard them whisper that?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, Jimmy.
Honestly, I would expect nothing less.
Jimmy has no bonuses to stealth, so. Oh yeah, you definitely heard him whisper. All of you heard him whisper to Tobias with that natural one that he just rolled on trying to be sneaky.
Captain, I'll stay behind with them.
All right.
I mean, Salazar and Sylar are up to the job. If you all want to go, just if you tell them not to let the boys leave, they won't let them leave. Like,
Don't let the boys leave, and keep the ship afloat.
yes, sir. And they turn to the boys and they gnash their teeth.
I
You know.
like them.
Playing up the lizard folk or cannibals type of thing. They'll just eat anybody. Jimmy just scrambles up the freaking crow's nest back to his spot. And Tobias just kind of shakes his head. He's a little bit more level-headed than his friend. Okay. The rest of you depart. The rest of your crew just kind of wanders off. Actually, they're kind of Riff comes up to you and he's like, where do we go?
Well, who did he approach? Is just the group of us, or?
Yeah, he's just kind of asking the general question, where, because they've not been here before. Most of your crew have not been to Darkfall before, so.
All right. Well, we're gonna head over to Captain Grimm's estate. He's got small property here. Since we're based out of Broken Heights, we just have a place we can crash. And then, if you want, I plan to go to the Juniper Winery. You're free to join me there.
There's also some less fancy establishments or establishments with other varieties. If wine isn't
Other
your thing.
tastes.
Other tastes.
Okay. We'll follow you, Captain.
So we docked on the north end of the map.
You docked at the docks.
At the docks. Okay, so it looks like we'd have to go through the
The warehouse
warehouses
district, yes.
and then past the
Then past the merchant district, yes.
and the taverns.
And And then into the residential district, yes.
On the way past the taverns, I'll point out the various ones to the rest of the crew. The new crew.
Gotcha. And they're like, oh, okay.
And it's also a good idea to not wander into other territories. Just kind of stick in Captain Grimm's territory. Just be on the safe side.
Yeah, how did Captain Grimm end up with the smallest district in town?
Did you did you not listen to what his reason was?
Oh no, I missed that. I'm sorry. I was
Because
It's okay.
you guys are based out of Broken Heights, so you don't need. This is all the other captain's base of operations.
Oh, okay. He's got an entire island, but
Yeah, he's got his own. He's got his own town.
this summer home.
Yeah, it's a place to crash and hang your hat. You have a mansion back on an island.
I want 2 mansions.
You don't get it all to yourself, but you have a pretty nice house on Broken Heights.
That's fair.
So here it's just kind of like an apartment complex with the top floor being Captain Grimm's quarters, well, Captain Jack's quarters now. It's got a nice, huge king-size bed, California King.
Man, I get the penthouse.
Yeah. Everybody else's rooms are serviceable. It's almost like a hotel.
Meets our needs.
Yep. Got a
Do we have
bathroom.
Staff to clean the place.
Yeah, probably.
Sweet.
I don't like the way you said that.
The suite or the probably?
No, the suite, like as in he has plans to make a mess of the place.
Not everyone just leave their hotel room a trash mess when they leave.
I leave the bed messed up, but that's about it. But I also put the do not disturb sign on my door handle so that they don't make my bed, because I like my bed with all the sheets pulled out and all the blankets pulled out. Like, I don't like it when they tuck them all in.
I
It's
like
an
leaving
unwrapped
that sign
wrap
on the
of
bed.
Right. All right. No one else is allowed to talk while Zach's talking, apparently. Good Lord. That's the freaking
doesn't sound
feedback
funny.
is louder than he is.
Back, get some headphones.
I'm gonna see if these ones are gonna work for me.
Okay. You guys have made it to Captain Grimm's. Catrice draws a bath, soaks for a little bit. Anybody else want to clean up or care?
I'm gonna go like plop on the bed and probably fall asleep accidentally for a few hours.
Accidentally. Okay.
Do we each have our own rooms in this establishment?
Yes,
like that would
it's
be
like a hotel.
like dedicated to us though. Like, so I'd have my own room like I do in the other one, or is it we just sleep?
It wouldn't be like all personalized. Like, you would have no reason to leave any sort of equipment here. It's basically a bed with like a desk if you want to do some tinkering, a toilet, a basin, a bath basin.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have our like other effects in it. We wouldn't have like other stuff stored here.
Not really. There'd really be no reason to. It's basically just like you come here, sleep for the night, and then head back out onto the sea. If you're gonna go somewhere and stay for a bit, you go to Broken Heights.
Yoki's gonna find a table and just pull out a thingamajig and just start fiddling, tinkering.
Okay. Can't hear you, Zach.
You're lighting up, so it's probably pulling your input from the wrong source.
Okay, Squawky's like super strung out. He's walking through the hallways, and every time there's like an open door off to the side, he sees out of his peripherals that there's something big and fish-like in there. Turns and looks and doesn't see anything. Just keeps walking. How many days has it been since you got it?
He's gonna like set up in his room and just have both of his pistols in his lap and just like stare at his door.
Okay. It's so. Did you pick it up and then in Broken Heights you had 2 days with it, and then 3 days on the sea? So it'll be this. I mean, you got the exhaustion cured, but I don't remember how many days you guys stayed in Broken Heights. No, wait, you had a week of downtime.
Yeah, he had 2 points of exhaustion. And what's her name? Healed
And
one.
she healed it. She healed him both.
Oh, she did? Okay.
You got
But
to reset.
he's now held the staff for 8 days. Then, okay.
Am I right in thinking he had the curse of the crown removed, but can't take the crown off?
No.
But that is possible to do.
The way the lady explained it was she could have removed the helmet with her powers or the crown, but now the curses are like intermingled.
Oh,
and
okay.
remove curse. Her god won't let her remove the curse because it'll break both of the curses, and he's not letting her break the curse of the staff. So if he just had the crown on, she could take that off easily.
Right, yeah, I think that's where I'm getting confused.
But now that he's got both items, she wasn't, her cord wasn't willing to let her do that. He talked for a little bit, but now it's not working again.
When I plug the headphones in, I can't talk.
Oh.
But then you guys hear everything else.
Gotcha. So you just unplug it to talk?
This is your push to talk key.
Pretty much. For some reason, with my mic plugged in, I can't hear you guys. And it's driving me insane. And I don't know what happened because I haven't changed any of the fucking settings.
Yay, Discord.
Yay. I mean, Discord works fine for me all the time. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
For me, it's whenever I update NVIDIA drivers. That's what screws everything else.
My NVIDIA drivers do not ruin Discord. Anyway, Jack passes out. Catrus takes a bath. Squawky is just sitting there staring at his door with his pistols in his lap. Yoki's just kind of messing around. We'll say he's tinkering with a pistol or something. See if he can get it to load faster.
Blood's the only one who's been here before, hasn't he? Because he's
Yep.
the only OG. Okay.
The rest of the crew's all brand spanking new. And Blood's with you guys, but he's, he's there if you want to talk to him, but most of the time he'll just be quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Good.
You got it?
Yes,
Proud
I
of you.
have the headphones plugged into the laptop instead of into the microphone. And then I've got the microphone plugged in.
And I can turn you back down a little bit.
Yeah, I did turn him back down too, because it was crackly on my end.
And then,
So much for having a really expensive microphone that's just kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, you got it to work, so, Okay, so, anything else you guys want to do, or just pass out for the evening?
Yeah, I'm just going to do that until I pass out. Like Tinker.
I'm normally night crew, so I think I'll just go visit the winery because I'm going to be wide awake.
Okay. Yeah, they're open 24/7. You go in there, and the normal owner is... Hold on. The normal owner, her name is Brittany, but she's not there right now. Her name is Brittany Jupiter. And her family owns the winery. What now? Dang it! Why do you people? Okay, it was Jordan saying going AFK. As soon as I click off Roll20 is when people send me messages. I'm like, that just but yeah, they're the person who's on for like the night crew. It's a human male, and he's like, oh, what can I do for you?
Well, sir, I find myself in the need of some quality wine. The last quality wine I had was all drunk by a half ogre. So, what do you got today?
Well, we have wine from everywhere. What would you like?
Do you have anything from the Elven Islands?
Of course. Would you prefer a red or a white?
I'll take a red, please.
Very well. Comes back, uncorks a very, very nice looking bottle. I mean, like, obviously it looks elven in make. Like the glass is it's like swirled along the outside up the bottle, and he pours it, and it's weird. It's thicker than you would think wine would be.
Would I know what's because I'm a wine enthusiast and all that? Would Catrus know what makes it thick like that?
Give me a history check, I suppose.
Okay.
21. Yeah. So there's over in the Elven lands, they cultivate their trees, obviously. And there's wherever elves settle, they generally get a seedling from Teldrassil, the World Tree, which is back in the Elven country, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
Flair, Ohio.
Flair, Ohio. Sure. So the trees that come from Teldrassil produce a sap, and from that sap they create a hard liquor, and it's called lifeblood. What the elves do is they take that lifeblood liquor, and they don't take the liquor, they take the sap, and they like almost water the grapes with the sap. Like they put it at the base of the vines, and then it like eats it like water. You know how plants drink. And it just makes the grapes like thicker and like juicier, but also makes the juice juicier. So when they crush the grapes into the wine, it's more syrupy.
Neat. How do you spell the Tree of Life? I don't know how to spell that.
Teldrissal. Teldrassil. I think. I mean, you can Google it. It's
When you said TLDR, I was like, what? Like too long didn't read.
TEL. DRASSIL. Teldrassil. I think that's how it is.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
After
Sorry, he's like, that'll be 10 gold for the glass, please.
Here you go, and here's 1 gold piece as a tip.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Sorry, you're
It's
a
okay.
male. You're a male character.
Sometimes that is very difficult to distinguish.
Hey, listen, I've got really fabulous hair. Everyone has that mistake.
He's very feminine. Okay, you I
Yeah, I was
interrupted
just
you,
gonna
Jack.
say that after a few-hour nap, I'll wake up, wash my face off, and then head up to the market district.
Okay.
What do what
It's the middle
what
of the
time?
night.
Oh, it is the middle of the night. Okay.
Yeah, you guys
I
got
was just
here
gonna.
right as dusk was about to hit. It was the end of the third day when you guys got here.
Okay. Well, never mind. I'm just gonna
And
sleep the night
that's
away.
why Catris is up, because he's like, yeah, I'm on the night cruise, so I'm just gonna stay up. So
Well, never mind then. I will do that in the morning.
okay.
Wake up. Shit, still dark. Go back to sleep.
Shit. Oh, it's the middle of the night. Passed out a little early. Squawky, do you try to sleep at all?
Squawky will try, but let's just hope nobody walks into Squawky's room. So they
Okay.
might get shot because he has two
So-
loaded pistols in his lap.
So this evening, the nightmares are the same, but rather than when you would wake up before and be like, oh my god, I was just drowning, somebody was drowning me, oh my goodness. This time, you come awake and you are vomiting water, like you'd been actually held underwater and was breathing it in, and it had just filled your lungs, and you just all over where like you're sitting. I think when you were passing out, like were you trying to lie down on your bed?
No, he'd be sitting like facing the door.
And you
Just
just kept
waiting.
keep nodding off, and so like each time you
Yeah.
just wake up and the room is just drenched from every time you would wake up you started vomiting water all throughout the night every time you woke up.
Someone's gonna be a soggy bird.
Your room is also very soggy, and we'll say partway through the night you hear a large a heavy boom 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 on the door. Hey, Squawky!
I was thinking, it's like,
Boom, boom.
does Squawky shoot first, or yeah, he'll go to the door.
Hey, what the hell are you doing up here? Why is there water dripping into my room? Did
Squawky's
you
gonna
leave
kinda
the
look at him and
sink
go,
on?
maybe. I'll go check. Sorry.
It's annoying. It drip, drip, drip right in my forehead while I'm trying to sleep.
Maybe Jack could use some company. I'll try and get this settled. Go see what Jack's doing.
Okay. Runs upstairs. Boom, 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 boom. Jack!
Oh, what?
Squawky said you want company.
Oh. Go answer the door. What was Squawky doing when he said I wanted company?
I don't know, but his freaking room kept leaking onto my face. And I told him to shut the damn sink off. And he said, okay. He's gonna go figure it out, but you wanted company, so he said for me to come say hello.
I'm a little tired, but is there is there plumbing here?
I don't know. What's plumbing?
Hey, what, Blue? You go find a mop, and or a couple of mops, and let's see if we can get the water cleaned up. And I'll go check on Squawky.
Okay. Runs downstairs.
I'll go down to Squawky's room and tap on the door, unless the door got left open.
I don't know.
Well,
Blue would have left it open when he left. I don't know if Squawky closed it.
Squawky probably would have closed it.
okay. Knock, knock.
Squawky will go over and just like crack open the door. Like, what?
Hey, Squawky. You doing all right? I mean, besides the curse and the lack of sleep, and your feathers are ruffled and wet, and some other things. But other than all of those things, are you doing okay?
Squawky's gonna go, yeah. There's no fish in here. It's nice. No fish.
Is that water?
Maybe.
Greg, how did you get that much water in your room?
Do you really want to know?
Okay, I do. Do you mind if I come in?
He'll open the door and just be like, well,
And
every time I fall asleep,
it's like a good
I
inch of
wake up
water on the
vomiting
floor.
water.
Oh, now it's running down the stairs. Might
Yeah,
be more than just a couple of
that's
months.
that's all vomit water.
Oh. Blue said you might have left the sink on.
It's weird. You do notice that it's salt water.
Are there any fish in it?
Nope.
Well, I wasn't lying.
It's at this time Blue comes back. Jack got your mop. I could only find a one.
Yeah, Blue, why don't you start mopping this up so it doesn't
Why do I gotta clean it up? Not my mess.
I don't think Squawky's in any real condition to well, do much of anything right now.
He starts grumbling and mopping and
Did Blue's rambling, pounding, and grumbling wake anybody else up? Is anyone else in the halls?
I would say no. Yoki, I think Yoki went to bed, right?
Yeah, who just tinkered for a bit and then dozed off.
Yeah, I would say like your passive perception's high, but it's not super high for when you're sleeping. So
What's the point of having all these crew members under your command if you can't boss them around? I'll be back. And I'm gonna run down to the mess hall or kitchen or whatever we have that's an equivalent here and get some bowls, like the biggest bowls I can find.
okay, you find some. There's not very many.
Or even like
You do
some cooking
find
pots and stuff.
you find a couple of barrels that are about 3/4 of the way drunk from their ale. If you wanted to just dump those out. But as far as bowls, you get a couple that are like this big around, nothing huge.
Okay. Well, I'll grab what I can that's already empty and bring them up to Squawky's room.
Okay.
All right, Squawky. You're probably gonna keep having a rough night, but here's some bowls. If you do throw up some more, either try and do it out the window or into the bowls and then throw it out the window. And we will stop by the Dark Queen's Manor, the Night Queen's Manor first thing in the morning.
Like so this is not a normal amount of human vomit. Like obviously it's like a geyser coming out of him of salt water. So I don't know how much these bowls are gonna help.
I don't either.
But
I'm trying to do what I can.
eventually Blue like mops the rest of it up.
Who else is on the night crew?
Me.
Sylar and
Imaga.
Salazar and Imaga.
Add extra asterisks. Blue or Squonky, do you know which room Emma took, or if she's still here?
I think she's down a floor.
Okay.
You know, all you officer types took this floor.
That makes sense. You mind taking me to her room?
I don't know which one it is.
Ugh. don't want to just go pounding on everyone's door in the middle of the night.
I'll do it.
And I don't want to leave Squawky alone. And I also don't want to keep, stay awake all night myself. Oh. Where's... I'll go knock on the officers' doors. There's less of us around here. Do I know if Katris or Yoki's room is closer? The ones that I assume they would normally take a
Yeah,
specific
they're on the
room.
same floor. Like you have the floor above. Basically, the whole top floor is Captain Grimm's area. The floor below was where the officers would stay, and then further and further down, regular crew. So yeah, they're on this floor somewhere.
Okay. I'll start meandering around this floor and knocking on doors.
Okay. The first door you knock on, no answer. Second door you knock on, Yoki, you hear.
Just come in. Shuffle myself to the door. Crack it open.
Hey, Yoki, sorry to interrupt your rest. Squawky doesn't seem to be doing very well. Since you and Katris are both on the night shift, I was hoping to get one of you to keep an eye on him this evening.
I can do that.
Perfect. I'll take him to see the Night Queen first thing in the morning, but for the evening, just try and make sure he, doesn't drown.
Doesn't drown? What do you mean?
You'll see when you get to the room. Was water everywhere. It's better, but it's still very damp.
I'm assuming Squawky's still in the room, right?
Yeah, Squawky would have stayed.
Okay.
Probably would have opened up the window and hung out next to the window.
Yeah, so you're just hanging out next to the window, and you feel like a tingle in the back of your neck, and then a voice whispers into your mind.
Oh, you're getting a DM from the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll whip around and kind of look around and be like, "The fuck was that? Did you hear that? Wait, is Blood in the room?"
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, he'd be pointing around with the staff, be like, "Blood, did you hear that? Did you say that? Who said that?"
Blood's like, what are you talking about?
I have no idea. And then he's gonna keep looking out the window.
I'll go back to Squawky's room with Yoki. All right, Lude. You'll probably need to go mop up your room or move your bed so the leak doesn't keep going through. But Yoki here should be able to keep an eye on Squawky for the rest of the night.
Making me do all the manual labor. He's the one putting water everywhere. Just kind of stomps off downstairs.
I mean, that's a good point. Squawky, follow me, and I'm gonna sort of grab Squawky by the shoulder and lead him downstairs.
And
So
I'm
He
gonna
will
go
follow.
I'm gonna
back
go and
to
sit
bed.
in the kitchen.
Okay. Jack's like, all right, I've delegated the work. I'm back to sleep. All good.
Yeah, lead Squawky downstairs, and we'll sit in the kitchen next to some sort of, I'm assuming, like a basin or something.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll sit him down on a chair next to it, plop down next to him, and just pull out whatever I was tinkering with, and just keep an eye on him.
Okay. You doze back off, Squawky?
I mean, if the nightmares allow me to.
I mean, your body will just try to doze off because you are exhausted. And the nightmares, My nightmares continue. He does get about an hour of sleep between problems. But yeah, he wakes up spewing water and like make a dexterity saving throw, Yoki, on seeing if you can like grab him and point him towards the basin to like so that the salt water is pouring into the basin. 8. It takes you a second.
Yoki gets a shower.
It goes all over. Yeah, it goes all over you. It goes all over the kitchen. And eventually, you know, there's the big basin, and you point his head. You're like, oh Jesus Christ! It's like a fire hose coming out of his mouth of salt water. And eventually, you like get his head facing the basin, and it's not a little amount. It fills up this like 10-gallon basin to the top and begins pouring over the side.
Above the basin, is there like a window or anything? Or like window, normally basins are like facing windows so you can open them, look out.
Not this one. There
there
are windows on this level, but they're not right by the basin that you sat him next to.
Are we on the ground floor? Is the kitchen on the ground floor? Okay. Is there a door out to the outside anywhere?
Not from the kitchen, no.
So I'm gonna just grab him, put him next to a window.
Okay.
And then try and find
away
him
from this like 10-gallon basin that's filled and has begun overflowing. The water does come to a stop before you get him to the window. He gets a little bit more on the ground, but like the 10-gallon basin filled up and then overflowed a little bit, and then whatever he spewed on you before that.
Okay, so I'm going to just plot him up next to the window, open the window, clarify that.
It was a very surreal experience. It's full on like he was just fire hosing the sea at you.
Can I? Is there any checks I can make to see if I have come across anything in a book I've read or anything of the sort?
Make a religion check to see how much you know about curses. No, you haven't really come across anything like this in any of the books you've read.
Okay, so I'm just gonna plop him up.
You know he's cursed and something's wrong with him.
Yeah, but it doesn't trigger any
as
memories.
Vomiting this amount of seawater, you've never heard of it before.
So I'm just gonna plot him up next to the window and go and find a mop. Just get to work.
Okay. Yeah, you find the mop that Blued left behind because it's the only one in the building. You try to dump out the basin outside.
At this point, would Katris have worked his way back? Has it been a couple hours?
Yeah, it's been probably a couple hours. It depends. I didn't know how long you were gonna stay out because it's very quiet at the winery this late at night. It'd be a nice place to just chill for you. But if you want to come back, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'd maybe spend 3 hours out, but then I'll come back. I should try to get some rest.
Okay. Yeah, you get home. You don't really notice any of the commotion because they're in the kitchen.
Gotcha. So,
head upstairs
so
and
I think you mentioned that all the water that was in Squawky's room ran out and down the stairs, right?
It got mopped up.
But everything would still be wet.
At this point, it shouldn't be very wet, because it's been over an hour since it all got mopped up.
Okay, so it's not like it's a wooden building then. It's probably like marble or something.
The floors are stone, at least on the ground floor. The rest of the building's like wood. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm just going to go to bed. If I don't notice anything unusual, I'm just going to go to bed.
Passive perception of 13, you don't notice anything unusual.
Okay.
And yeah, you go to bed. Click. Fall asleep. You know, the officers' rooms have nice queen-size beds in them. They're comfy. They're usable. So yeah, you basically deal with this for the next. We'll say he was asleep for about he got an okay night's sleep before the first nightmare woke him up, say about 4 hours in, and then every hour after that, he woke up again, vomiting gallons of seawater. And luckily you haven't pointed outside, and the water just runs down into the ocean. Since you guys are right next to the bay.
Does it smell just like seawater, or does it smell like sick as well?
It's briny. It smells like seawater. It smells like being on the open ocean. But, you pointed him out the window, and so most of the time when he wakes up, it's pretty quick and easy to get his mouth pointed out the window. And the cleanup has been much less the rest of the evening. So, eventually, the day comes. Squawky is super tired, but he hasn't hit that second point of exhaustion yet, because this is the start of the 4th day.
Squawky probably smells like low tide at this point, covered in seawater all day.
Mm-hmm. Your feathers are damp. You smell like seawater. You're strung out. Like, your feathers are just everywhere because you're not grooming yourself, and you're freaking just like strung out on cocaine and some black tar heroin, and your eyes are bloodshot, just like tweaking.
So Yoki would have done his best to get like towels or linen or bed stuff and just like pad him out and dry him, make him not look quite as moist as he would be if he didn't have anything. Like Yoki, I'm happy to spend an exhaustion level to make sure that Yoki made sure Squawky was as comfortable as possible. Spewing
No,
gallons
an
of seawater.
exhaustion level because you're normally asleep during the day. And so this was basically like your regular day. You went to go get some rest because it made sense to at least try to lay your head down for a little bit.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't hit that point because you haven't been up for like 24 hours.
Okay.
Which is why Squawky's getting an exhaustion point every 2 days, because he's getting some sleep, just not enough.
Makes sense.
And it's a restless sleep after a couple hours. So, but yeah, everybody else comes awake. The kitchen, you've done your best to clean it up, but it still just smells like salt water. Which is kind of gross, if you think about it.
I'm gonna
Smells.
I'm gonna grab a just what sort of things are in the kitchen? Do we have just like cups, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Like it's mostly like canned food.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a couple of cups and use magical tinkering and make them emit a just like a fresh smell to try and get rid of some of the seawater smell.
Your magical what now? What? Sorry,
Magical tinkering. Imbue a
Okay.
tiny non-magical object with magical property of your choice. Light, 6-second long message, an odor, non-verbal sound, static image, or
Okay, so you're trying
text.
to just make like the cup smell good
Yeah,
and try
basically, yeah, like you would light some candles to get rid of a bad smell, kind of thing.
Okay.
Just
like
fresh
lavender and salt water.
Yeah, just kind
Lavender
of
and salt water
freshness.
mixed together.
Squawky is now a sprinkler.
Speaking of, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. 13. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it still smells salty in the kitchen, and Havoc comes in and he's like, "Oh, what did you guys do in here?"
Squawky's gonna look at him and go, "I throwed up."
Oh, right.
A lot.
And he goes and like opens like a can of beans. He like spins a knife out and like cuts open a can of beans and just starts eating it with his knife, his dagger.
So Catrus is gonna get up and go to the kitchen and look for a snack.
Okay.
midnight,
Yeah, you walk
midnight
in and
snack.
it's like walking out onto the boat that you just have been on for 3 days. It smells a little bit better, but I don't know what kind of smell he's trying to mix with the salt water.
Just, so I don't know what would overpower it. Just something fresh,
Like fresh linen
yeah, that kind
mixed
of
with
thing.
salt water, so it doesn't smell as bad, but it's hard to overpower this amount of salt water that is soaked into everything.
I come in, I go,
I mean, you see
What?
Squawky sitting there, just like he's strung out on drugs.
what in Sahanine's ass happened here?
Our friend there,
Squawky
he's got a
looks
little bit of
over.
a problem.
I froed up. A little bit
Oh.
of salt water.
Is the basin still full of
I
water?
emptied it.
Like, why'd you throw open the kitchen?
Because my room was leaking.
But it's the kitchen. I'm gonna leave. I'm just like, I'm grouchy. I'm gonna go
Okay.
I'm gonna go get something to eat at King's Ransom.
Yeah, you
I
get
don't
there.
have any empathy in the morning. I'm
For,
sorry.
for for the sake of brevity, you can pretty much get whatever you want. I don't know what Catrus's diet preferences are, but
We'll do like a breakfast scramble with peppers and onions and stuff.
okay, no meat.
Mm, Not this time, no. I mean, I'll
Okay.
eat meat, but he's also watching his figures, so
Yeah, it's just a matter of 3 gold for breakfast.
you got it.
But I mean, it's probably the best breakfast scramble you've ever had.
Even compared to Squawky's food.
Oh yeah.
Rocky got some competition.
Mm-hmm.
I will also eventually wake
Let's
up
burn
and
the
go to the kitchen.
establishment.
And
Fuck that competition. Burn it to the ground.
Squonky, you look like shit. And the kitchen smells. It's just bad. Was it rough night, Yoki?
I need you to listen to what that whisper said.
I see that. Squawky's gonna go with Catrus to go get breakfast.
And I'm like,
Squawky, where do I see him leave? Obviously, Squawky. Where do you think you're going?
Food. We need food.
Oh, Kate just left, but no, could you
And he just keeps walking away from you.
I'm
Just
gonna
like
follow him.
Absent-minded. Plat, 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 plat.
I'm gonna. Sorry, Captain. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tail him.
Yeah, no, we need to take him to the Night Queen's residence. Squonky, I'll jog to catch up to him and place a hand on his shoulder.
Okay, it's weird. You feel Jack's hand on your shoulder, but you feel a hand on your other shoulder.
Massage.
He's going to look at the one that's on his other shoulder.
You see a large, dark, shadowy figure that looks like a very big Kuotoa. It has no features, it's just a large, shadowy form. And its hand is on your shoulder.
Now, does that scare the shit out of Squawky, or is he more comfortable with it being there?
Right now, you're definitely okay with it.
Okay, then he's not gonna pull out his pistol and shoot it. But yes, he's gonna continue to go get breakfast.
Okay.
He's gonna pull out one of his torches and be like, "I need to dry off," and then just kind of hold the torch and be like, "Jack, this will dry me off."
Did he just hand me a lit torch? I missed if you lit it or if he just handed me.
Oh no, he didn't hand it to you. He's just kind of showing you that he's got the staff in one hand and a lit torch in the other hand.
No. Okay. I take the torch. Like,
Do you let him take the torch?
He will attempt to resist.
Okay. I
Oh,
need you guys
he
to make a
needs the
contested
torch.
strength roll.
Meanwhile, Yoki is just watching this happen.
Roll. That was a pretty good roll.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Does this count as an ability check?
No. Just straight strength.
Okay. I was gonna say even if it was athletics, I would.
I mean, it wasn't a strength save. Do you have a +2 strength?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait.
It's the same. It's the same number.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Jack's like, no, that, and he yanks it out of your hand, and you're like, okay.
I'm gonna hand the torch to Yoki and start rummaging through my pack for rations and pull out one and unwrap it. Say, "Yep, Squonky, here's here breakfast this way, back away from the restaurants and towards Queen's Manor."
But we have to go to that one.
No, but
They have food that's better than mine.
This whole time, he's still walking towards King's Ransom.
Okay, I'm going to take out some rope and
Okay.
roper climbing around his legs. Even if he hits the deck hard, I don't care. I've just got to stop him from walking.
Okay. The rope of climbing just attaches to things, right?
I can tell it to knot itself, so I'm going to try and throw it around him.
Right. Okay, so yeah, you throw it and at his legs. I need Squawky. Do you let this happen?
If it's from behind, he's probably not going to notice because he's a little tunnel vision at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, just roll a d20 to hit. You're just going, got to get higher than a 10. Like, so, roll, add your dexterity modifier. Because you can tell it to tie to something, but you're still trying to get it to a moving target. So I just want to d20 plus your dexterity modifier. Okay, 16, yeah. You did, and it wraps around Squawky's feet, and so Squawky, now I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, or you fall on your face. Okay, yeah, you like stop for a second, and you like look behind you, and you see that Yoki has now attached a rope to your ankles. What do you do?
Stop this, Squawky.
How much does Squawky really want to go to that place?
You have to.
Squawky is going to attempt to just kind of keep going.
Okay.
He's gonna
like,
try.
Are you just hopping? Like, what's?
Yes, he's gonna hop.
Okay.
The second he hits the air,
like, break free of the rope, or
I was going to say the second he hops, Yoki's going to yank the rope, so he in midair.
Okay, I need you to make another dexterity save. This time with disadvantage.
God.
15. I mean, like, he yanks it, and he yanks your feet out, but you catch yourself and like pop back up.
Staff props him up.
And like you feel like Jack doesn't have his hand on your shoulder anymore, but you feel two hands, one on his shoulder. And
Get
this
him.
time,
Get him, Jack.
your hands move without you moving them, and you grab both your pistols, and you fire once at Yoki and once at the rope. I need you to roll to hit.
Both of them, or do I put the staff down?
Oh, no, sorry. You have to hold on to the staff. You grab one of your pistols and you try to shoot the rope. I need you to roll an attack roll.
The rope. He's not trying to shoot me.
No.
I'm also going to try and tackle him as he's drawing his weapon. I might not be able to stop the shot from going off. But...
Okay. 15 to hit. Yeah, definitely hits the rope and severs it. And then Jack, I need you to make what is it for grappling? A strength roll or bull rush?
Athletics versus either acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, so you roll in athletics, and Zach, I need you to roll acrobatics or athletics.
Oh God! Now I'm gonna end up on my face.
If it makes you feel any better, I have disadvantage to this.
Oh.
Because he's exhausted.
That doesn't
but-
make me feel
Oh,
The
better.
fucking
that does.
rolling
No,
like a
that-
champion.
So
Good.
Jack, you go to like bull rush him and tackle him to the ground, and he just clubs you in the side of the head with the staff. And I need you to take a staff's damage is 1d6 plus strength. I need you to roll 1d6
so
plus
that'll
your
be-
strength modifier.
Okay.
And like you guys have caused this scene in the middle of the street early in the morning, and people are just kind of like stopping and
You
wait. I
take
thought you had
no
a +2 to
damage.
strength. I thought you had a +2 to strength.
I thought you had a
I
plus-
rolled the wrong thing. I
Oh,
did a strength saving throw. I have a -1 to strength, but I'm
Gotcha.
proficient in strength
Oh.
saving throws.
it's a
Oh.
minimum of 1. So you take 1 damage as he clubs you in the side of the head, and you miss the grapple completely. And the rope has now been severed, and it just falls away from your ankles. What do you do?
Squawky will run. He
Okay.
has to get to the establishment.
You turn and bolt. So now we're gonna go into like soft initiative. So I'm gonna get the turnover order up. I need you guys who are all part of this to roll initiative. Squawky's
have
gonna be first on the turn order, but
Do
then
we have tokens?
oh shoot.
Just roll the d20. Can you manually put it in? Should we just
yeah,
keep-
I can add one. So yeah, just click your initiative.
The fuck, Squawky?
Why are you rolling so fucking well? Like
Because shenanigans are afoot, and when
Yoki had a
shenanigans are afoot,
17.
I roll fairly well.
Jack, Squawky's first on the turn order, so it's gonna go Squawky, Jack, and Yoki. So
I'll be 2 seconds.
Squawky runs. I'm assuming you're going to move, action, move.
Since Squawky knows that they are going to try and slow him down, and Squawky has to get there,
Mhm.
Squawky is going to move, and then he's going to cast Spike Growth behind him.
Okay.
He
I'm not sure
doesn't
what
want to
spike growth
cinder-
does. If you can just link it.
It's that one.
Oh, okay.
Just to try and slow them down.
Yeah, Jack and Yoki, can he still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
So yeah, Jack and Yoki, you see him at first he turns, pulls his gun, fires, breaks the rope, and then clubs Jack in the side of the head as he's diving towards him. So Jack, you're currently prone.
Yep.
And Yoki's like just kind of surprised that he would shoot his rope and like holds it for a second, and then Squawky just turns and bolts, and then like as he's running, he like pulls out like a handful of twigs from like his pouch and just tosses them behind him, and all of a sudden these spikes these vines just come shooting up out of the ground, breaking apart the cobblestone and creating a mass of vines that are now behind him. So, unless you have a bonus action, Squawky, that's gonna be it, right?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay.
He'll just
So
move.
Jack,
cast that.
You're like,
and-
why did it change it to 37? Weird.
Did it?
Because Jack.
I manually put in the numbers. I don't know why it would have changed. But then, so Jack, you're like lying there and you see what he does, and you're like, oh shit.
Ow, ow, back of my head, ow. Gonna have to tear myself free of the vines and stand up with half my movement speed.
Okay.
And then bonus action dash while still holding the back of my head because that hurts. I can move third.
You can move a
30?
total of 75 because you use half your movement to stand up. Then 15, so that puts you at 15 feet of movement. Then you can dash and then bonus
I have
action
a-
dash.
Just bonus action and standard movement.
So it'd be
it'll
45.
45. Is it
'Cause your
halved with the
movement's-
vines? Oh no,
No.
spike growth just hurts.
No, but
Oh,
Yeah.
but your movement speed is 30, right?
It is 30.
So half to stand up,
Yep.
so 15 left, and then bonus action 30, so you can move 45 feet if you're not using all three.
Spike growth does make it difficult.
Oh, so yes.
And it hurts like a motherfucker.
And it hurts. That'll be fun.
So you're not
22?
in it. You're not in it.
Oh, I'm not.
He ran 30 feet away and then cast it behind him, like directly behind him. So you're on the ground where he hit you earlier. So you're 30 feet away from him, and it's a 20-foot square behind him. I don't think he was trying to catch you in it. He was putting it behind himself to slow you down in case you followed.
He's not actively trying to hurt you at the moment. He's just
Right.
trying to slow you down.
Okay.
He's not trying to hurt you guys because he hasn't been told to try to hurt you guys.
The compendium entry on ball bearings doesn't give a range. It just says each creature in a 10-foot square on a point within range. But I don't know what the range is. Anyways, if I can, I'll run up to the edge of the spike growth and throw my ball bearings out in front of Squawky.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just say it's like you can. Isn't it based off your strength how far you can throw things?
Yeah.
Like that don't have a range? Like you can throw like rocks and stuff? I don't know.
With
don't know
ball
what the-
bearings, it's weird because like you look them up and it says as an action you can spill these tiny metal balls from their pouch, cover an area that is 10 feet on a side. But it doesn't say like their range. Target each creature in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range. But it doesn't tell you what the fucking range on ball bearings is.
Okay, I'll say make a strength check to see how far you can throw it.
Okay. Oh wait, that didn't go to. Oh wait.
5.
I'm gonna have to go in
you,
the.
you pull out your ball bearings and you chuck them, and you're like, "Oh shit!" As they kind of just fall in amongst the spike growth.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh boy.
The dice decide.
So it'd be 10 feet to the edge of the spike growth. See, he was 30 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go around it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, is go around it.
So yeah, you like run 10 feet towards the spike growth, and then you go 10 to the side to get around it, and then 20 feet forward, and like 10 feet to the side. So you can basically almost catch up to where he's at by going around it.
Okay. Yep. After the spike or the ball bearings just end up amongst the vines, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Now Yoki's turn. That says Yoki's 34. I don't understand why it's adding numbers, but you know.
So how far away are they from me at this point?
I'd say they're about 40 feet from you, because you were back a ways when he tossed the rope at his ankles.
So I'm gonna how because obviously he's thrown the spike growth is in between me and him.
Yes.
So basically I'm just gonna dash. I'm gonna just use basically all my movement and whatever movement I need to my action to get up to him again.
Okay.
So running around it.
So you're 20 feet away from the spike growth, 10 feet to the left, 20 feet forward, and you would be just around the corner of the spike growth with 60 feet of movement. Like Jack's just a little bit closer to Yoki. He's still 5 feet away, but you're like 10 feet away.
It's fine. Just trying to catch up now.
Squawky, sorry, I said Yoki. And like at this point, as like after Squawky made vines shoot up out of the ground, people are like screaming, and Catris from inside had sat down and had ordered his meal, and he's like, is going to be great. He hasn't had it yet. It hasn't arrived, but he hears screams from outside.
Oh,
do you do?
Have I paid
sorry.
yet?
He shot the rope of climbing, right?
Yes.
The rope has an AC of 20. Because I was looking at it, because it's obviously a magical item, and he shot it, which you said severed it, and I was just like, does that mean the rope of climbing's gone? Or does it just mean it's shorter now, but can still do its thing? And as I'm looking at it, it has an AC of 20.
Well, it's a little late now, but he would have missed technically. But I'm gonna say because that was a couple minutes ago, so I'm gonna say
No. I was just because I was looking. I had no problem with him breaking it, but I was looking to see whether, like, if it's
We'll say
cut, it
it's
still
5
has
feet
rope of
shorter.
climbing. Right.
Yeah,
But it's
we'll
still
say it's
rope
5
of
feet
climbing.
shorter. Yeah, the part that he cut off lost the enchantment and just like turned into regular rope on the ground, but the rest of it still has it. So, Katris, what do? You ordered your food. It's like a regular restaurant. You don't have to pay until you're done.
Okay. I'm gonna go see what the hell's going on because I'm a sorcerer. I might be able to help.
So you move 30 feet back towards the door. You're not quite outside yet. Do you want to just use your action to
Dash.
get back outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do
So
that.
you rush towards the door, and then you just break into a run. You get outside, and you're like 5 feet outside the door, and you see the spike growth. You see Squawky about 20 feet away from you, and you see Jack and Yoki. They're like sprinting around the spike growth after Squawky. I think I keep saying Yoki when I mean Squawky.
Squawky, what the hell are you doing?
All right, so I need you to roll initiative to add yourself to the initiative order. You're obviously last.
Edie.
But Squawky already went, so Katris would have went, and now it's Squawky's turn. I don't know why the numbers are going up, but that's so weird. So now it's back around to Squawky. Like Katris is like, "What are you doing?"
Are those two standing closer to each other? Like, how close are Jack and Yoki?
Jack and Yoki are 5 feet away from each other. Like
Okay.
Jack
I've made it around.
Yeah, they're close to you, but they're not up to you. Because Jack ended up with 45 feet of movement from right on the edge of the bramble, and Yoki was 10 feet back, but he had more movement because he wasn't prone.
Yeah, no, Squawky's just gonna blatantly ignore Katris. Seeing those two, he's gonna shout back at Jack and Yoki, just be like, "These hurt. Don't walk through them." And then he's gonna cast Spike Growth again, but on top of them.
Okay. So the first spike growth just kind of withers and dies, and it's magic. Like the cobblestone. Sorry, brain fart for a second. It kind of like mends itself, but then he takes twigs and chucks them at you guys, and you're like, oh shit! And then they sprout all around you, and you're standing in the middle of it, and you're like none of the spikes are like in you, but like they're wrapped around, and you're like, oh crap.
And then Squawky's gonna use his movement if he can, to get into the building.
Okay. Yeah, you run right
That
past
he would
Katris.
like
Technically, Katris, if you want, you can get an attack of opportunity because he passes through your combat area.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to hurt him. Can I maybe like do an unarmed attack?
Sure.
You can do non-lethal damage. I don't know if you can do it with spells though.
Oh, I mean, I
Like,
can't.
like if you wanted to just like crack me in the head with like the butt of your short sword.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me try using maybe the blunt of my pistol. Let me try pistol whipping you.
Yeah, I mean it's a improvised melee attack, so it's a D20 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
Three.
4.
Oh, you have a +1 to strength?
No,
Yeah.
that does not beat Squawky's.
No, that does not
AC.
beat Squawky's AC. So he runs past you, and you're kind of surprised, but you get your pistol out and go, and he's basically just inside the door. Anything else for Squawky?
No, he's gonna pull out another torch, but that's it.
And Catrice, you like turn around, and for a second there, you blink, and you can almost see the black shadowy shape around Squawky, and you're like, what is that? And then the door just slams without Squawky even touching it.
Squawky's
I
just
have
gonna start
any idea what
laughing
that
from the
is?
inside.
Would I have any idea what the heck that is?
Make a religion check. 19. It's pretty good. Based on what Squawky told you, it looked a lot like what he says has been following him around.
And we know that he's being possessed by the god Cord, right?
No,
So
not Cord. He's being possessed by a god.
Oh, a god. Evelyn's god was Cord. I'm sorry. I had that. Okay.
Evelyn's god is the avatar of Cord. And he doesn't want to interfere because this is a different god that has done things to Squawky.
Okay.
And you hear him go from inside.
Let's be fair, Squawky did this to himself.
It's one of those things, it happens, and I didn't think anyone else was gonna pick him up, so I was like, fuck it.
Okay. So
I'm
now,
fine with
I think you're done, right, Squawky?
Yep. He just kind of runs inside, starts laughing, and if I can, he'll just pull out a torch. He won't light it yet, but
Does it sound like Squawky's laugh, or does it sound like somebody else laughing?
It sounds like Squawky, but there's a hint of bass to it. Like, not his normal laugh. So Jack, you're 30 feet from the door, and you're in the middle of vine growth.
Ow.
a bunch
You
of
don't take any damage until you start moving.
And then it's a fucking cheese grater.
Yep, then it's a freaking cheese grater.
Did he throw it at our feet so we're in the center of this?
You're in the center, but like it's a 20-foot radius, so like each one of you has to move through 5 feet of it to get out. You will take the 2d4 from moving out of the space, and then 2d4 from the space getting out of it.
Gonna keep my momentum going and cheese grate myself out of this.
Okay, roll 2d4, Zach, and then 2d4 again.
So 4d4? Or do you want me to do it twice?
Yeah, but just do 2d4 twice. Okay, you take 6 points of damage. What is it? Piercing?
Yeah, it's piercing damage.
Ow, ow, ow.
6 points of piercing as the vines just shred your legs, and you're like, oh, gotta go, and you break out of it, and you're like, ah. Okay, I was gonna say, wait, ball bearings, but that was in the other spike growth.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That would have been the real kicker. You suddenly fell on your back in the spike growth. But yeah, so you've used 15 feet of movement to get out. 20 feet of movement to get out.
Yeah, 20 feet of movement to get out. So
you're still about 20 feet away from the door.
Okay, so bonus action dash.
Sorry, I hate to be this guy, but it's a 20-foot radius, so it means we've got 20 foot to get out of it.
It is radius, not diameter, isn't it?
So it's a 40 diameter. So we're in the center. We've got to move 20 to get out. So we'd take
yeah,
twice that.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't.
Right.
I hate to be that guy. As much as I'd love to dash out of it in 10, it changes things quite drastically.
Feet of movement to get out. Okay, so sorry. This only happened because I'm not prepared to I don't have a map prepared for this.
In order for him to not catch himself in it, that's to argue back and forth, but he was about 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, he was about 5 feet away from you guys. Yeah, so that makes sense. So we'll just say you're about. Jack was 10 feet away from the edge. Squawky's 15. Oh, Squawky. God, I keep mixing your guys' name. Yoki is 15 feet away from the edge because he casted it behind you guys, so it caught you but didn't grab him.
Yeah. So he wouldn't have centered it on us because that would have got him.
Right.
Cool.
It would have got him.
Yeah, he actually wanted to catch you in it this time, but he still wants to get the fuck away.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he has an
So we're
establishment
good.
to burn down.
Jack took 20 feet of movement to get out of it, took his damage. We're good. Okay.
Cool. So with the bonus action dash, I've got 40 feet of movement left. It was another like 20 to the door.
20 yes, 20 to the door, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna try the handle.
Okay. You run up to it and you grab the handle and it like just kind of like it rattles like it's locked and it almost like spins. It's a twist handle. It like spins.
Yeah.
And like but whatever the mechanism's like not working.
That's different. Think fast. What do we have?
This is how Squawky becomes a warlock.
I apparently have a hammer. I am going to dig out the hammer and try and smash the handle off the door.
Okay. Roll a to hit. I mean, it's a simple weapon, so I guess you add your proficiency bonus, and then I'm not going to say it's a finesse weapon, so strength.
Okay. So...
Strength, d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency modifier. 9. Well, the base DC for most things is 10, and you just, crack, and you like it vibrates through your hands, and you're like, and you drop the hammer. Ow!
I'm gonna step back out of the way and be like, you guys get through the ow.
The cartoons, whenever they hit anything too hard, he's like,
Like hitting a baseball on the handle with an aluminum bat. It just stings. Okay.
Yeah,
you
I'll
done?
step out of their way, and that'll
Okay.
be the end of my turn.
All right, it's Yoki's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and move out, so I use all of my movement to get out.
Okay. So you're gonna take three triggers. Oh, we lost Zach. Does anybody else want to deal damage for him?
To the door?
No,
No.
Yoki, as he's moving, I'll do it.
To the cheese grater. Oh, he's
back.
back.
Oh, he's back. He's like, damage?
All right, Zach, I need you to roll 3 times for the cheese grater damage on Yoki. 5, 9. Wow. You see
Whoa.
17 points of piercing damage as you run out
I told
of
you
the
that
cheese
spell
grater.
hurts.
Oh,
What that
man.
show do though?
And like you use all your movement and you get out, and so you're about 20 feet away from the door. But that you're like, your legs are just torn up.
I'll just get all the way up to the door.
Okay. Use your action to move up to the door. Anything with your bonus action?
I do not have anything I can do with my bonus action.
You could try to break the door down with said force gun pistol, which is a bonus action to attack, I believe.
But yes, that's true. That's true. I didn't know if that would work. Yeah, I'll go for.
Yeah, you can try to
use a-
shoot the door or shoot the handle or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna try and
door's a little
shoot.
stronger than the handle.
Try and shoot right where the handle and lock would be to try and break that bit.
Okay. Yeah, just roll an attack with your force cannon. 16 hits. And yeah, so you like got out, she's great, you're like, mother, that stings, and you pull your gun out and you're just like, boom, and the door just kicks open as you basically blast a hole where the handle was. The concentrated force damage blasts the handle out and the door flies open. And you see Squawky standing there. He's still like laughing as he's like, you've seen him like reaching for another torch.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. I mean, the people in the establishment, people are like screaming and like diving for under cover, and you see an older half-elven gentleman come out of the kitchen like, hey.
Would I be able to shout, like, can someone grab him? Like,
Sure.
Try and rally someone just to tackle him or something.
Like pretty much everybody's like diving for cover right now because they have no idea what's going on. But yeah, now it's Catrus's turn. Your teammates have rushed past and broken the door open, and
I would like to cast Ray of Frost at him.
okay.
That'll kill Squawky.
Does 19 hit you?
19 hits.
Okay. Take 8 points of cold damage, and your speed is reduced by 10 until Catrus's next turn.
Damn, that slows me down.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the point.
Anything else? Are you gonna move in?
How far is Squawky inside?
He's like just inside the door.
Okay. I'm going to go.
So you're about 15 feet away from him.
Okay. I'm going to move right next to him.
Okay. So you're like directly in the doorway.
Can I move past him?
Maybe
like...
yeah. Like
okay.
Shuffle to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna move in so that I'm not blocking the door, but I'm gonna be right next to Squawky.
Okay. Yep. And now it's Squawky's turn again.
What does this place use for lighting? Like, are there like the fuck are they, like the oil lamps?
No. This place is a little fancier. You can see like glowing orbs along the walls and on the ceiling.
What does this place mostly seem to be made out of? Like,
Mostly wood.
Where does it seem to be would be the easiest place to start a fire here?
Probably in the kitchen where there's a lot of cooking oils and fuel for the cooking fires and stuff like that. There's probably coal in there and cooking oil and.
And how far away from that? How far away from me is that?
The restaurant's actually a fairly good size, so it's probably a good like 80 feet or so to get to the kitchen, which is where the half-elven gentleman ran out of.
Yeah, Squawky's just gonna move and dash and go that way.
Okay. Catrus, you get to take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Sweet. All right.
Improvised melee attack again.
That was a D20.
D20 plus your strength.
So 19.
Does a 19 hit you?
That does hit. That does
okay.
hit.
It's 1 damage plus your strength modifier.
So that's
1.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Oh, 1 plus
you take
strength.
2 bludgeoning as she tries to like club you as you run away.
Why does it roll well against my teammate?
Like, I don't know. It's it would be non-lethal damage because she's not trying to hurt you, but like unless it actually knocks you out, then that doesn't really matter.
No, he's still doing good.
Okay, so your speed is reduced by 10, so you move 40 feet into the
40 feet.
Okay. And then that's it? Nothing for your bonus action?
I don't really have any bonus action spells. Wait, give me a second. Let me read something.
The Catrus is inside.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have any good
all right.
bonus
So I
action
need
stuff.
Catrus. I need you to make a dexterity. Dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god! Shit.
Oof. Okay. So like you club him as you go by, and you're like, Squawky, what are you doing? And then you see that shadowy form once more. And then like it turns, and like the eyes are just like a glowing white. And then its hand shoots out towards you, and like the shadow of its arm extends, and it just grabs you on your face, and you like your head shoots back. And I'm gonna have you take 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And like you're just like he's got your hand, his hand or the shadowy form has your face. So like the other 2 guys, like Yoki and And Jack, you see Catris like seize up, and his head like shoot backwards like something grabbed a hold of it, but you don't see anything. And Catris, you are incapacitated for your next turn.
Okay.
And it's just like weird. You're like, what the heck what happened to Catris? Like, he looks like he almost started to have like a seizure. Looks like something almost punched him. But now it's Jack's turn.
Oh boy. Run over to Catris and see if they're okay. When I step in the building, do I see what affected him?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's a tough one. I'm gonna run into the back kitchen to see what Squawky's up to.
Okay, he's not in the kitchen yet. He's in the middle of like the seating area. He's still about 40 feet away from the door that leads to the kitchen, which is where he was going.
Okay.
The kitchen door is about 80 feet from the entrance to the. So did you go to Catris and see what's going on, or just
take a quick look at Catris if I can?
Like you can't see the black hand the shadow hand that's holding onto her face. So his eyes are just like rolled up into the back of his head, and all you can see is like the whites of his eyes is like, and like he's just kind of like twitching.
That's a little outside of my area of expertise. I'm gonna run over to Squawky and try to sleight of hand the torch out of his grasp, if I can.
Yeah. So you're just trying to like, well, okay.
It might end up being strength based, anyways.
Okay, so you move into the building, 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Which means you're about 20 feet behind them, and so you say you
bonus action dash to catch up.
Okay. If you want to use like a sneaky grab, you're gonna have to hide.
I'm gonna have to hide. Okay.
Otherwise, you'll just run up and try to wrestle it away from him. Because he knows where you're at. So, like, if you want to try to use like a sleight of hand or a sneaky way to try to steal it from him, you're gonna have to be hidden from his view. So you'll have to roll a stealth check against him.
Damn it, Squawky! Why are you running so fast?
He's not. He's running really slow because Catris slowed him down.
I would be closer to the door if it wasn't for Catris. All Squawky wants to do is burn the building down.
The kitchen door is ahead of him.
Why can't he have this?
Yeah, about 40 feet away from him. And you can see the half-elven older gentleman standing there in the doorway with his hands on his hips, like glaring at you. You guys know this is the owner and the master chef who is in charge of this establishment.
Okay, so I guess rather than
trying his name, but it doesn't seem important right now.
I'm gonna sprint past Squawky into the kitchen. Then I think with all 3 actions, I have enough movement to get there.
Yeah, you would just be at the doorway, and he's blocking the doorway to the kitchen. So like,
get out of the way! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
And he's just like, "What are you doing?
He's crazy! Trying to stop him.
This is my establishment. What are you doing?"
We'll leave as soon as we get him.
He doesn't move out of the doorway, but you are now right in front of him.
I'm gonna get tackled.
Okay.
I think that's it because that's like all of my actions.
All your actions. Yep. All right, Yoki. So you're like right outside the door, 10 feet away from the door.
So how?
You're 90 feet away from the doorway that Squawky's running towards.
And how far away from Squawky am I?
50 feet.
Can do. I'm just gonna get up to Squawky.
Okay. Are you gonna? You probably could get in front of him if you want. Like if you shuffle around him, just 50.
Yeah, go on. I'll try and step in front, even just to slow him down.
Okay.
He's like running in slow motion.
Not that, yeah, right. He's like his legs are like slowed because of the ice, and he's just like, "Ugh." You have a bonus action, so you could shoot your cannon, knock him back 5 feet.
Go on, I'll do that.
You can say that like you're aiming for his leg or something.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
like
gonna-
not non-lethal
Blows me
damage.
Yeah, we'll do that.
This is how Squawky gets a peg leg.
This will
I was
be
gonna say that.
this will be disadvantage though, yeah, because I'm close.
Yeah, you are in melee. Yes. Does a 14 hit you?
Does not hit. Nope.
Okay. So like Yoki like gets alongside you and he like just turns and just boosh, and like you're like, oh shit, and like zips past you and slams into the counter. The bard keeps like looking over the counter, like watching with, and the shot just slams into his counter, and he's like, ah! And you just kind of like look back at Yoki, and like your eyes narrow, and you're like, you just tried to kill me.
I'm just gonna shout to Squawky, think about what you're doing. It's my turn.
All right, Catrus's turn.
Well, I'm
I thought Catrus was
incapacitated.
You are incapacitated for this turn, yes. So like it takes you a second, you like shake it off, and you're like, ow. And then like when you look, you don't see the shadow anymore, and you're like, what the hell was that? And it's Squawky's turn.
Squawky's gonna start muttering gibberish in Undercommon because he can.
Okay.
He's gonna move past. Well, no. First, what he's gonna do is he's gonna bring his doggo into the mix and summon Cianrath.
Okay.
Then he's gonna tell Cianrath to keep. Let's see, how far can I put him?
You hear a fine. No pets allowed.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon him 30 feet in front of me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell him to move that man, and I'm gonna be talking about the man in front of the door. That's the man that's in my way.
Pretty sure that's me and
so
him.
so yeah, Jack and the owner, his name's Eric, are in the way. Which one are you talking about?
Fuck Eric. I don't know. Just Squawky's like, he's gonna get in my way. Jack wouldn't get in my way. Eric's gonna get in my way. Cianrath, move Eric.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to
Run closer.
to move closer.
Okay. Yoki gets an attack of opportunity if he wants it.
Yep.
With a melee weapon.
Yeah.
The butt of your weapon if you want.
I'm just gonna go for an unarmed strike. Just gonna try
Okay.
and swing at him.
14.
14 misses.
Okay.
Squawky
You just
is
try
a
to
slippery
swing
bastard.
at him as he squirts away. So 30 feet closer, right? Because you used
Yeah,
an
and then I
action to
was gonna
summon
move.
Cianrath.
Yep, and I'm gonna move 30 feet.
So you're about 10 feet away from the door. So you're right up against Jack.
All right, and then that's the end of my turn, and then I'm going to have. Well,
And
then I told
Cianrath.
Cianrath to move that man's.
Yep. So he's close enough to move
So I summoned
over
him
and
30
attack
feet in
Eric.
front of me, and then he has a 40-foot movement.
30 feet in front of you would have been.
Or that's as far as I can summon him is 30 feet. So I would have
30 feet in front of you would have been right in
close.
front of Jack where you ended.
Yeah, I would have just put him as close to Eric as I could.
Okay. Yeah, it's only like a 5 feet move for Squawky to go attack the gentleman.
Cianrath's gonna start doing the biting.
Okay. He's just gonna bite him?
Well, he's gonna try and grapple him and then like pull him away. Just like
Okay.
grab his pants and move him. So that's what a strength check.
Yep.
Versus his whatever.
He can't even get that high. So yeah, he just like leaps up and like, where does Cyanrath bite him to move him out of the way?
Well, from your last message, I'm gonna say he's gonna playfully clamp his jaws around his throat if he can, and move him. Because
Okay.
Squawky
How-
has
how
slight
did you-
If you
murderous
grab a
intent.
limb, if he's just trying to grab, that would be a bite attack. If you're going for the throat, if you got to go
Oh
for
well,
an
I mean,
arm or a leg
if
to
he,
move
if
him out of the way.
he's going for an arm or a leg, yeah, he'll probably go for a leg.
Okay. Yeah, you just clamp onto it like his thigh, and he's like, he tries to like pry Cyanrath's jaws apart, but obviously he's just a commoner. He's a nobody, and like Cyanrath just like starts tugging and pulls him out of the doorway, and he has no choice but to like hop on one leg, as like he can feel the teeth like tearing through the tendons in his leg.
As Squawky's standing there gibbering in fucking undercommon.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that'll be
you
it.
done? Okay. At the
Yeah.
end of your turn, Jack, you're like standing there. Do you have your weapons out, or are you just like
No,
fisticuffs?
most I would have is the hammer if I hadn't dropped it at the doorway.
You definitely dropped it.
Okay, then I don't have
So
any
you're
weapons
just
out.
like squaring up with him, fists out. And this is when
With Squawky, I was actually going to go into. I was still looking at the owner of the establishment. If Squawky came up behind me, he was just going to tackle me from the back. My next move was going to be into the back room.
so like you're just running away. So like you like glance over your shoulder, and that's when like out of the peripherals you see what Catrus has been seeing. The dark shadow, massive form behind Squawky, and it has its hands on his shoulders, and this the glowing white, narrow, evil eyes, and it just like you see it let go of his shoulder, and the hand like grabs you, and you can feel it, and I need you to make a strength check.
My strength.
Because
Well-
fuck you, that's why.
No, I want dexterity. Oh, that's pretty good.
17.
Not bad.
Okay. That's
I can't get much higher than that.
I know, right? You got a 21.
Oh, you
so
can.
he picks you up and just chucks you to the side about 30 feet, like over the like you end up over the bar counter. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as he chucks you 30 feet away from the door. 10.
You get much lower than that.
Can I reaction Featherfall?
Sure. So Yoki's like boom, and you're like woo, and you slow down, and you've got momentum, and you're like and you hit the wall, and it's a wall of liquor,
Oh
and
no!
like so you smash into it, and you're like and then all of the bottles. You take 1 point of piercing damage as the glass like sticks in your arms, and you're just like
And it burns.
and you and you kind of slowly float to the floor after you like ran into the wall just hard enough to break some of the counters and the glass. And the owner's like, he's got his leg nommed on by Cyanrath, and he's like, what is happening? And it's the end of Squawky's turn. So Jack, you have now been yeeted over the bar. You're not prone. Like you just hit the wall hard enough to break and you landed on your feet, and you're just like, ow, 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 ow.
I got whiskey in my cuts. Ow. Ow.
Your blood's made of whiskey. You're fine.
Not funny.
Licking it off of his arm.
Oh. Damn it. Well, now it's 30 feet back to the door.
Yep.
This goddamn thing. Okay, well, this was kind of going to be what I was going to try anyways. It can totally not work. So I'm going to... Is Squawky near the door? I think he was right behind where I was.
He was right behind you, and you were right, like, by the door, and the owner was, like, in the doorway.
Okay, so I'm gonna run back over to Squawky, and
Okay.
I'm gonna try to, in place of stealth, deceive him to be like, "Hey man, you're good. Go in there, do what you need to do, and we'll wrap things up."
Okay. Roll a deception check then. Squawky, I need you to roll an insight check.
With
Can we
this
talk
advantage,
about
I have to beat an
Jack's
8.
88 initiative though? That's pretty hefty.
It keeps going up by 17 every turn. It's something like
So
that.
ready
Okay.
for this.
5.
It's not knowing that he doesn't believe me, I'm gonna try and snag the torch, but obviously at this point it's not stealth, so I'm
Right.
assuming it's just gonna auto fail.
I mean, strength versus strength.
Okay.
You guys both have a -1, so it's a straight roll right now. But you like grab it, and Squawky's like, "No, mine, my own."
Oh, that was my turn.
Okay, Joki's turn.
So I am 30 feet away from him.
You're about 25 feet away because you got in front of him slightly. So
That's
you're
right,
about
yeah.
25 feet away from him.
So I'm gonna do 25 feet of movement to get up to him and just try and.
Bear hug. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Roll a strength check versus Squawky's strength.
Was it strength or is it athletics and acrobatics?
For
grapple.
For grapple, yeah, it's against whichever one you want. It's athletics from Yoki versus your acrobatics or athletics. So 9. You got to beat a 9 to grab him. 21. All right, so you run up and you bear hug Squawk, and he's like, no, and you are grappled. Your speed
Okay.
is 0.
How far away? Just out of curiosity, how far away is Caterus from us?
He's back by the door, so he's about 80 feet away.
I was I think 5 feet from the door.
Yeah, so you're about 80 feet away, just inside the door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold him.
Okay.
Hold Squawky and be like,
Catrus' turn.
Okay, I am going to.
Your brain is like
move-
still throbbing. You're like, oh, what happened?
I am going to move closer, and then I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at the torch.
Okay.
The torch isn't lit yet.
The torch is not lit, and he's currently got his arms pinned down and in a bear hug by Yoki. So in order to hit the torch, it's going to be really hard. Just so you know.
And I might hit Yoki too.
Yeah.
considering
That's
I've got
case.
my back, you won't be able to see much of Squawky because I'd have my back
Right.
to you.
Yep.
He'd be in front of me.
Okay.
Like, do you have spell sniper? Did you take that feat or no?
No.
Okay. It's where it would be useful because like the torch is going to have like 3/4 cover and it's a small item to try to hit, so it would be very difficult to hit. But if you had spell sniper, you would at least ignore the cover. But currently, Squawky is being pinned to Yoki's chest, and he's just like, "Let me go! Let me go!"
Man, anything I do is such a risk for Yoki. Okay, I'm still going to try casting Ray of Frost again, not at the torch, but I am going to try to cast Ray of Frost and hopefully not fail this.
Okay. 9. You definitely don't hit him, but you also don't hit Yoki either. You just fire your Ray of Frost, and you're a little distracted. Your brain still hurts. You fire it, and it just slams into the wall. Ice crystallizing on the wall by the doorway to the kitchen.
And I'm going to yell, Squawky, snap the fuck out of it.
Okay. And now it's
That's my
Squawky's turn. So your speed is 0. You are currently grappled.
To be fair, this is the second time Ben has had me attack friendly characters. except last time it was with Squib. Can I try another acrobatics check to get out?
Yeah. I mean, you.
I'm going to use the Kenku Recall to give myself advantage.
So you hear in your mind. Okay, so it's a straight roll for you.
Yep, just to get rid of the disadvantage.
Based on what you heard, you're just go ahead and roll a strength check against his. Roll an athletics against his athletics.
So I roll athletics.
Much better with acrobatics, though.
I know, but you're doing it so.
11.
Oh,
Hey.
fucks.
Okay, so you kind of relax for a second, and then you drop the torch, and you let go of the staff, and it falls to the ground. And then you reach up your hands, and you grab Yoki's arms and just pry them apart. And Yoki, you're like, what? You've never seen this kind of strength from little Squawky, and he just pries his hands apart, and that's when you see the shadowy form that was holding onto his shoulders that everyone else had seen up until this point, except for you. It's no longer holding onto his shoulders. It's now an aura around Squawky, and it turns to look at you, but Squawky's head doesn't turn, and you can see the glowing white eyes, and then Squawky has your hands, and then he just lets go, and then an explosion of black power just sends you flying backwards, and you take, it's not going to be much, but it's like a psychic shove. You take 3 points of psychic damage, and you're thrown back, well, let's say 20 feet.
And then Squawky will
That
move
was
into
your
the kitchen.
actions, or that was your movement's still 0 for this turn, but that was your action.
All right, so that was my action. So I've got a bonus action. I'm going to use my bonus action to tell Cianrath to keep them out of the kitchen.
I mean, okay, so
I'm just going to try and use him to as an extra little. Does anyone else in the party speak Draconic?
yeah, Katris does.
Oh, then Katris here understands what I say when I tell Cianrath to do that.
Okay. Go ahead. Just yeah. Order your doggo.
Yeah, he's gonna order. I'm gonna order him to do that. Who's the closest person to Cianrath? That
Jack
isn't
still.
the Jack. All right, yeah, he's. Is he within 40 feet of Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna run up and use Jack as a chew toy.
Okay. Roll an attack with Sanrath. 13, Jack.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you see.
Darn.
I mean, the doggo runs up behind you and tries to bite, and you're like, "Hey, get off!" And yes, Katris, you understand that Squawky just told Cyanrath to kill Jack.
Hey, Jack, be careful. He told Cyanrath to go for the kill.
No, bad dog.
Okay. At the end of Squawky's turn,
I always feel bad for attacking teammates, but at the same time, my character's gone insane.
So how did you TPK? Well.
So the ranger went ape shit and
he
burned
got
us all
possessed and killed everyone.
And there was a dog involved.
He attacked Katris. He shoved Yoki, and he threw Jack. Okay, so back around. Katris, you once again you see again the shadowy form, but this time it's different. He's not behind Squawky; it's all around him. And it turns and looks at you again and goes, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. 18. Like you feel yourself like, oh, start to like, ugh, your brain hurts, and you start to like feel like you're about to pass out, and then you're just like, no, and you don't, and you resist the effects.
All right. Is there anybody directly around Squawky right now?
Yeah, Jack's right next to him.
Catrus wants to cast Fireball.
Fireball in the middle of this? Yeah, don't do that. I'll be very sad if you do that.
Big talk coming from
You would
somebody in
completely
fireball range.
you would incinerate the poor man who is trying to, whose establishment this is.
Just trying to go about his day.
Yep.
Man, all my fun spells also target things right next to the target. Oh, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost again. I don't have, everything else is just too dangerous.
Okay. 26. Yeah, it's gonna hit him. You take 8 points of frost damage, Squawky, and your speed is reduced by 10.
That's fine. I'm really close to the.
And
anyway.
let's see. So I can move. I am gonna move closer to the door. I'm probably about 30 feet away now.
You're about 30 feet away now.
After moving.
Right.
So after I move, I'll be about 30 feet from
Yeah.
the kitchen. Cat cam.
Trying to, then she turned around.
Okay, I made a very rudimentary, so you guys can kind of see what's going on.
This has
So
gotten
the
complicated.
red line is the door. Squawky is there. Yoki got blasted back. Then Cyanrath is trying to bite Jack. So that's kind of where everybody's at right now.
And so the man is the other guy who got dragged away is like somewhere around here?
He's like there, yeah. Cyanrath like let go of him, but he would be like right here.
Hello, Cato. Oh.
So yeah, after what happened with wait, why did Catrus go?
Why did I go?
It was at the bottom of the round.
No,
So
after
because our initiatives are all jacked up.
So for 9,000.
Oh, she should have gone, or he should have gone before you? Oh.
No, that's right. That's right. Squawky's just had his move. And no, wait, yeah, because I think Catrus was just shouting at Jack.
Yeah,
What happened?
He told Cyanrath to attack Jack, and then I warned him, and then the shadow turned and tried to.
But you already took a
me.
turn, and then yeah, it tried to make you go to sleep, so you shouldn't have had another turn.
Ah.
So you take that 8 damage off, and your speed's not removed because you missed with your last Ray of Frost attack. And then Squawky went, pulled Yoki's hands apart, shoved him backwards, and then at the end of his turn, he tried to make you go to sleep, and you didn't. And then you shouldn't have gotten another turn already.
Ah.
Okay, so
I mean, you
take
can
your
leave the 8
points
damage
back,
on
your
if you want.
speeds- Yeah, put your 8 health points back. And then now it's Jack's turn.
Oh, yay, my turn. This dog trying to
Bite your
The
booty.
dog is trying to eat you.
I'm gonna kill your dog.
I have spell slots. I can bring him back.
I mean, you burned 2 second level spells, right?
Yeah, I still have all of my first level spells though.
Gotcha. So
That does not hit.
Who are you attacking?
The dog.
Oh, okay. You pull out your rapier and you turn to stab the dog, and he just like nips
Nope, it's
backward
not
and
a
like
toy.
grabs onto your rapier like he's playing tug of war with you.
Give it back.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. Yoki's turn. So you just saw what happened with your arms being pried away, and then you had been blasted backwards by some sort of unknown force that you didn't know what it was. But you saw the shadowy form around Squawky.
I'm just going to get up to him.
Okay.
Try and grapple again.
Okay. Athletics versus athletics or acrobatics, Squawky.
I'm going to use Kenku Recall again. I can use it a number of times to my proficiency bonus to try and not get fucking grabbed.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So like he tries to grab you, and you're like, nope, nope, not this time. I know what you're doing. Is that it? That was just your action and your move. You have a bonus action. You could technically still shoot him with the cannon.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this. Force cannon.
17 hit.
17 meets.
So no.
I mean that could push me, 5 feet towards the door.
Yep. All right. Catrice's turn. Now you can go again.
All right. So now I have a better strategy. I'm gonna cast Snillock's Snowball Storm right here.
Okay.
That only person it attacks.
You sure you don't want it right here?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Cast at level 2. Okay.
It's a dexterity save. He does not beat the dex save, so you take 13 points of cold damage. And what else does it do?
That's it. It doesn't even say that it slows them or anything.
13 points of cold damage. Don't click the show spell description. It doesn't do anything. It just
it doesn't.
puts gobbledygook on the screen. Anything else?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit closer. So
okay, you can move your own tokens. Yeah. Okay.
You should move right there.
I just can't move while hitting my push to talk, so I have to talk and then move.
Okay, it's Squawky's turn. And Squawky, you have, at this point, kind of a mild panic attack. You realize that you dropped the staff.
Oh, that's right.
What does... Alright, so... Yeah, I'll pick up the staff.
Okay.
And then which thing does Squawky want to do more? Does he still want to burn this place to the ground? Or does he want to murder everyone inside?
Both. You can like
Go
roll
on,
a you can like
bitch.
roll like a d6 or something and say 3 through 6 is kill people, 1 through 3 is still burn the place down. There's no priority, but you can roll for it if you want.
Those are not mutually exclusive options.
Right? Burning the place down could potentially kill everybody inside.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
You have to. So I'm going to say because you have a mild panic attack, you use your action to pick the staff up. You still have your move and a bonus action.
bonus action, I'm just going to tell Sanrath to eat Jack's face. And
Okay.
then I'm just going to move into the kitchen.
Okay. Yoki and
try and,
Jack
like,
get
block the
attacks
door.
of opportunity.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I want to. It's that or
That will miss.
14 doesn't get there.
Yep. Should have saved it for the damage reduction.
Yoki, do you want to try to boop him? 10 does
That
not
will
hit.
also miss.
Oh my god, your
You
cat has
can't-
white peats.
He does. He has little white
Well,
feet.
you can't actually shoot
And a
your pistol as an
mustache.
attack of opportunity. It's got to be a melee weapon. So he does hit you for 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Isn't it? Isn't it a total thing that you use your claws? I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Still
You're-
nothing.
It's not triggering.
You
your
push the button.
There it is.
Unmute usually helps. Yeah, I could have.
So when your unarmed strikes are slashing, right?
It says bludgeoning. No, because claws is a separate attack. The claws is its own. Just
What
still
do you get
3
plus-
slashing.
I think one's just a punch, the other one's a claw.
What's your strength modifier?
2.
Okay, I guess it is a +5. All right, yeah. You punch him in the back as he's running away for 3 points of damage. Jack misses. Squawky runs into the kitchen.
So on this side of the door, does it look like there's a way to lock this door?
There's not really. It's one of those.
It swings both ways.
Yeah, it's like your standard like kitchen doorway in a restaurant, where you just can push through it, and it flaps like open.
Is there anything in here I can like knock in front of the door that I can see?
Immediately, no, because you're just inside the kitchen. There's nothing directly by the doorway.
Yeah, so Squawky will tell Sienrath to kill Jack and keep him out of the door.
Okay.
So then on
That's-
Sienrath's turn, I'll just have him move over here and then bite Jack again in the face.
14.
Does a 14 get there?
Nope.
God damn it.
And he bites at you, and you're like, piss off, dog. Okay. Let's see. The end of your turn.
My turn.
It's the weird shadowy creature's turn. Who's gonna
End of
help
your
me
turn,
burn
like
this
you
place
like
down?
you kind of seize up for a second, and like your arm moves without you moving it, because you didn't pick up the torch, right? It's still your right hand's free.
Yes, but I do have plenty more torches.
No, that's fine.
I have been marking them off. I have
but
8
like-
left.
Like your eyes kind of roll up in your head, and your arm moves, and like the shadow, you can see it now, extends and reaches out and grabs this huge vat of like cooking oil and brings it and sets it right down in front of you. Now it's Jack's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna keep stabbing the dog.
Okay.
That does not get there.
You guys, none of you can roll to hit right now.
I lied. I can't hurt this doggo. It's just the cutest thing. I'm just like with tears in my eyes stabbing at Sienra. I'm so sorry.
And he's just like panting and like playing with your rapier.
I'm gonna bonus action disengage. It's probably not gonna hurt or help right away, but I'm gonna step away from Siendrath and hope he keeps chasing after me.
It's Yoki's turn.
So sorry, where's this guy?
What guy?
The other guy, the owner, is here somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's right. He's nope, he's in this square right here.
Out of curiosity, if I was to step here, what's a 15-foot cube from me?
It'd be like that.
And is it open or is it closed behind Squawky?
There's like no resistance. It depends on what are you trying to do.
I was going to step up and Thunderwave because it won't get this guy. But I'm hoping it will.
Okay. Yeah, it would blast the door open and still hit. Because it's just one of those cheap plastic, doors that you just walk through and they swing open.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will step up to Cyan Wrath and cast Thunderwave.
Give him a clap.
Yep.
Level 2.
Okay. It's a Constitution saving throw for Cyan Wrath and Squawky. Squawky, nope.
Cyanrath fails.
Oh, Cyan Wrath, nope. Squawky fails. So you both take 14 points of thunder damage.
That would put Squawky unconscious.
Yes, it will. So you step forward and you're like, all right, enough of this. And you just like slam your foot into the ground and the thunder wave. And Cyan Wrath like yips and whimpers as the thunder smashes through him. And then Squawky's on the other side of the door. The door flies open. And Squawky, you can see the bat in front of him. And he's just like looking down at it. And you can see the shadowy form around him. It begins to turn and look at you, not Squawky. And then it's like you can almost hear the as like, and then Squawky just like face first into the vat of cooking oil.
But he didn't have any lit. Was it hot cooking oil?
No.
Kentucky
And
Fried
I haven't lit
Squawky.
any torches yet.
I was going to say there's no lit torches, so yeah.
No open flame near the cooking oil currently. But
What's
now it's Catrus's turn.
I was going to say
Kind
what's
of in
Cyan
soft
Wrath's
combat still.
still
He's
going?
unconscious. You used a spell on him, so it was lethal damage. So he's unconscious and bleeding out.
Is Cyanrath still blocking the door?
No, I'm pretty sure he poofs when you go unconscious, right?
Nope, he stays put. And he will stand over me and not let anyone touch me until he goes away.
Well,
He's
he did
not gonna
take.
come.
Make sure he took the 14 damage.
He's not even come play with Jack.
Does he follow the previous order, or does he just stop doing anything?
He's also
He would continue to just not letting anyone pass into this.
he would have been pushed
I told him
10
to
foot.
block the door.
Thunderwave
Would have been
people 10
pushed
feet?
10 feet away from me, yeah.
He's no longer in the doorway. So he wouldn't have fallen face first into the
Blown it past it.
Wouldn't that have knocked it over as well?
Yeah, so there's probably oil all over the place.
yeah.
And now the creepy shadow man will set the place on fire for me.
So yes, it knocked the vat over, and now Squawky's just like face down on the floor, covered in oil. Cyanrath's like covered in oil.
And Catrus casts fireball.
Just does the job for the evil god.
Oh no. I am going to move in there. And I'm gonna tell Cyanrath, listen here, buddy. I'm gonna talk in Draconic. Ha, how's that sound? Listen here, buddy.
Good, so he can understand you.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Squawky, and we're here to help him. Can you stand down for us, buddy?
Make a persuasion check. I don't know how this works. If he can understand.
He can understand Draconic.
Okay.
And he has an 8 intelligence.
Oh, okay. So he's like he looks at Squawky, looks at you guys, and he just kind of sits down, tongue out. He's like
good boy.
He's still like not feeling great from the thunder wave, but he's like, okay, 17's high enough.
Sweet.
I I should have used my healing potion.
I'm too far away to get to Squawky here, so I'll just yell, "It's all clear! Get in here!"
Hey, just can you tell Sanrath to pick up the staff?
Hey, Cianrath.
Oh, you can tell Catrus that on your turn.
Oh, it's not.
Oh.
We're still in soft combat.
We are still in soft combat.
Okay,
We
fine.
And I don't want to touch it, so I'm just gonna call the other guys to get in here, get their asses into the kitchen ASAP.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Now Squawky's turn. Squawky, I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
That one.
11. That's a success. You guys see Squawky's unconscious form just stand up. His head's just like rolling. And like the ones that can see through the door, you can see the shadowy form around him. Jack, you can't see this because you're too far away. And he just like, and then it turns. And now it can speak. And it's like, you fools. This one is mine. That's it. Now it's Shaq's turn.
Rude. So I guess if he stood up, does he still have the staff?
He's still got a death grip on it.
That's dumb.
But Squawky is currently unconscious.
I think that's. I think that's 30 feet.
Sandwrath is just like looking up at you and just kind of panting, sitting on his hind legs, on his haunches. And you come in. So since you didn't see him stand up, you might have heard him from outside with your high passive perception. But you see, like, Squawky's head is just like rolling, like his body's like limp, but the shadow is like puppeting him.
Well, you should get out of him now.
And you tell him.
Make a persuasion check.
Is it gonna work?
Probably not.
Not 20. It was close.
24. It just kind of looks at you.
Feel good.
And it's weird because like it's Squawky's voice, but it's got that deep ring, that bass you ring to it when you heard him laughing earlier.
I think I have to bonus action dash to get where I'm at now. Is Squawky holding a torch?
No, he never pulled one out.
Okay.
He dropped the last one in the hallway when he pried Yoki's arms apart. And hasn't pulled one out since.
Man, oh man. I'm gonna ready in action to grab a torch or grab at his torch if he pulls one out.
Yoki, it's your turn.
Gonna get on in the kitchen.
Okay.
Up to Squawky. And use my remaining rope of climbing to tie around his waist, pinning his arms down.
Okay. Yeah, like the form, he's unconscious, so like you wrap your rope around him, tie his arms down.
We should really get him to the Night Queen.
Agree.
It's Catrus's turn. So Yoki walked up and wrapped the rope around and tied his arms down, and there was no resistance.
Is he still holding onto the staff?
Yes. Like it's in a death grip, but his arms are now tied down.
Should have cut his hand off.
His head's like lolled back. His legs. It doesn't even look like he's actually standing on his legs. It's almost like the shadowy form is like holding him up. Mostly.
Squawky ends the day with a peg leg and a hook hand.
I'm gonna come over here and help Yoki.
Just hand off.
No, I'm gonna help him carry Squawky out of here because he needs help ASAP. We gotta go.
Okay. All right. Now it's back around to Squawky's turn. I need Squawky to roll a death saving throw, please. That's a failure. And
one for one.
You I mean, you guys hear again. Are you going to save your friend? But it doesn't move. His arms are tied down. It's almost like with Squawky unconscious, he can manifest his like self, but he can't move the unconscious body. So yeah, Katris is like helping Yoki pick up Squawky with the help action. So it's Jack's turn. Your ready to action to grab said torch fails.
Makes sense. I know I should try a medicine check to stabilize him, but I would much rather try and roundhouse kick the staff out of his hand.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
Unarmed is
I don't like the way he offered you to do that.
Plus your proficiency, plus your strength.
+3 minus what? Yeah, space there. There we go.
13.
Okay.
What's your armor not counting your dex bonus?
Incapacitated gives
Advantage to hit?
advantage, I think. Yeah, I think if you're attacking an unconscious target, it's advantage.
Okay.
Not that it helped. It's round count.
What is your armor class without your dexterity bonus?
That should be 14.
God damn it.
What armor are you wearing?
I think. I have. What do I have? It might be higher. I have scale mail. What does scale mail give?
Scale mail should be like a plus. I thought scale mail is +3 plus your +2 dex.
Yeah, no, it's 14. So it would be 15 because of the Mariner feat gives me a +1 AC. Or not
Gotcha.
feat. The Mariner thing gives me a +1.
The Mariner fighting style. Yep.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay. Yeah. So you try to kick the staff out of his hand, and you just you slip a little on the oil that's on the ground, and you're like, nobody saw that, right?
Compose myself. Shamrock, grab that staff. Or Katris, could you repeat what I said to Shamrock?
Okay. Yoki. Katris is currently like grabbing his legs to help you carry him out of here.
I mean, I'm ready to cut his hand off at this point, but let's get into the Night Queen, and so I'm gonna just get out the quickest way out.
You move 30 feet. With the help action, you're not slowed. And Katris like follows you with his movement, sorry. And if you we're kind of in more soft combat. If all you want to do is help him carry Squawky out, we'll say you move 60 feet in a round. Both of you carrying him, but that's both of your turns burned up, and now it's back around to Squawky, and I need Squawky to make a death saving throw. 5. That's 2 failures.
Yeah, he'll probably be fine.
He's gonna die one way or another.
He's almost gone. He's almost gone.
I feel like someone in our party has a healing spell, but that just might be me.
Squawky does.
Squawky has this.
Okay.
True.
You see the shadow. He's like, he can't do anything, but he's taunting you guys. Oh, it's gonna die. And now it's Jack's turn. So they've kind of moved 60 feet away. I mean, like, obviously, they're not outside yet, but almost.
I'm gonna
The cyan rats are
skirt.
just sitting there in the puddle of oil.
Oil.
I'm gonna scurry up after them. Like I'm pretty sure that's a trail of blood. And try. Well, they're carrying him to medicine check
Roll a medicine check.
to stabilize him, which I think is what the stabilize roll is, right?
To stop him from bleeding out.
Yeah.
Do you have a medicine kit?
No, I'm pretty sure that adds to your ability to stabilize, but I could be mixing it up.
Healer's kit. You can expend one use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points without needing a medicine check. Okay.
I mean, you guys probably also know that Squawky has healing potions on him.
You know, you shut your mouth. I'm rolling.
I'm pretty sure someone was there with him when he bought them, so I'm sure somebody knows that he's got some in his pocket.
Yeah, there's not really a table to roll against, but go ahead.
I think it's a 15. Well, I know 7. I'm not gonna get there.
Okay. I was gonna say 12 in my head, so.
Okay.
You try to stabilize him. You don't staunch any of the bleeding.
Yeah,
like, oh, that
did
didn't work.
nothing.
Okay, now it's Yoki's turn.
Hearing what Jack's saying, all right, I'll cure him. I'll heal him a bit, but you just be ready to knock him straight back out again if we need to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn around and cure wounds. Is there any way I can do this as sloppy as possible to give him like?
If you want to roll minimum, yeah, go for it.
I roll minimum, which is 1d8 plus spellcasting ability.
So 5, I think, is the minimum for you. If you have a +4 intelligence.
Plus 5 intelligence, so it'd be 6.
So 6. So Squawky, you get 6 HP back, and you.
Still tied up to fuck though.
You're still tied up.
Do I still want to burn down that building and kill everyone here?
Huh?
And does that get rid of my death saves?
Yes, that
Okay.
resets everything. Yep.
And then I will, as long as Catrus is still helping, move 30 foot or however far I can move.
It'd be 30 feet because you use your action to heal. So you guys have basically kind of made it out the door. The owner is like still like sitting against the wall, nursing his chewed up leg. And you guys like get outside, and the commotion there's probably about 50 pirates, and each one of them is wearing that purple sash that denotes part of the pirate queen's or the night queen's crew and security. And they're like standing there. Most of them have their weapons drawn. And like the one that steps forward, it's a blue tiefling, and he's like, "What is going on?"
One of our crew members has gone mad and needs to see a cleric immediately.
Mad, you say? Squawky, you're conscious at this point. So currently we're not in soft combat anymore because we were waiting to see if somebody saved you. So
I thought somebody had like spare the dying or something.
No.
Like we have a cleric.
That is pretty
Right.
much a cleric spell. So you guys are now like, Squawky, you're allowed to say whatever. They didn't tie your mouth shut.
Hang it.
How much can I move my hands? Just out
You
of curiosity.
can't really.
Damn, I was
still
gonna
got
try
the
and set
staff in
myself
one
on
hand,
fire.
but your hands are you're outside the door now. You guys are like on the stepway into the King's Ransom restaurant, and surrounded by 50 very tense pirate security guards, basically.
We need to get this person to a cleric immediately. You see that? It's a long story, but you see that staff. We believe it's made him possessed by the god of the Kuatoa.
So you guys actually know who this person is. You have met him before. Hold on. His name is Agazar. And you know that he's basically the captain of the guards here in the city. He's a very lithe and fit pirate. He's kind of shorter. He's about 5'8", and like I said, he's a blue tiefling. His hair is platinum white that hangs in a loose ponytail down his back, and his horns grow from the side of his head and they loop around behind his ears, very similar to ram's horns. Just so you get an idea of who you're looking at. But you know this guy. I mean, he's just like standing there, and he's like, "You need to get him to a cleric? Like, what do you mean? What is happening? Why?"
Squawky's gonna start squawking and try and whack Catrus with his staff.
Okay.
Telling him that he needs to burn the place to the ground and just start trying to whop Catrus in the face.
Okay.
With the staff.
You want to like go ahead and role play it a little bit because you are talking with the security guard, the security captain in.
So would he know our names? Does he know us?
He knows who you are. Yes.
Yeah. What can I roll to try and whack Catrus with that thing?
I mean, roll a staff attack with disadvantage.
So just what, a quarterstaff?
Yeah.
I have to
doing
have
that,
the
I'm
quarterstaff.
I'm gonna pop him on the head with the butt of my rapier.
Well, I kind of want him to like role play what he says.
Yeah.
Because he said he tries to attack Catrus with the staff and then starts screaming about how he needs to burn it down.
Yeah, Zach, I want to hear some squawking.
You definitely miss Catrus.
Damn. Yeah, no, he's just screaming and squawking. Half of it's in Undercommon, half of it's in Common, and it's just the fish have told me to burn it down. It all needs to burn.
See, I mean, we all know Squawky can be a bit abrasive at times, but this isn't him.
Agazar hears like Squawky just start spouting nonsense, and he's just like, "So he's cursed? Is that what you're saying?"
Yeah, and then
you're cursed, you blue fuck.
Yep.
Come here, I'll whack you.
Take an attack with advantage. He's restrained. Unarmed strike. 17.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
That means...
that wasn't unarmed. That was with my weapon.
Let's just run him through.
No, I was with the butt of the weapon.
Yeah, it's with the butt of the weapon. It's basically with the weapon.
That misses. Because my AC is 17.
You son of a bitch.
Yep.
And all of this flailing is...
Right? He's like moving his head. He's like, "Ha! You can't hit me! You can't hit me!"
I'll do it again if you don't shut up.
Can I reach either one of my flintlocks?
Not even in the slightest.
Damn it.
I'm gonna say, Squawky, you don't sit tight. I'm gonna have Blue come and break every bone in your body. Now shut the fuck up.
He'll do it too.
Can I do an intimidation roll?
Sure.
Can
Okay.
I attempt another booping?
Oh, never mind.
You can roll an insight check. Yeah, he doesn't believe you.
I'm gonna tell Catrus she's full of shit.
Please,
Amen,
Agasar,
man.
we really need to get him to see someone.
Agazar's like,
Yeah,
does it
it
look
is.
like there's clerics here?
I bet your mother's a cleric.
At this point, even Yoki turns around and just clocks him one, or tries to.
Okay.
At the very least, do you have a place we can lock him up so he doesn't do this again?
Yeah, can we just lock him in a cell and then we'll have time to explain everything?
Sorry, it was meant to be advantage, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you whack him for 3. Unluckily, he has 5 HP.
He had 6.
Or 6 HP.
So he's got 3 left.
It's more to shut him up.
Squawky wants to try and hit Yoki and tell him that he's going to cook him in his own shell.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
Does.
For 0 damage.
Whack!
It's minimum of 1. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
What can I do?
Squawky's lost his shit. It's amazing.
And
It looks a little.
So Agazar steps forward and he's like, all right, that's enough of that. And he grabs the staff in your hand.
I
No.
wouldn't
Can
do
I
that.
still cast spells? Technically speaking.
It's going to be
I
really
want-
hard to do somatic components.
I want to use
Yeah, I was gonna
a
say, like,
spell slot
verbal-
to summon Cianrath.
Okay.
And then tell Cianrath
He's
to...
still
eat him.
back like 90 feet.
Yeah, but I can still burn a spell slot to summon him here.
Okay. All right, yeah, Cyanrath comes back in.
And then just frothing at the beak, Squawky's just like, kill him! Kill the blue fuck! He wants the stick! Kill it!
Go ahead and roll an attack with Cyanrath.
Is he cogent enough to say in Draconic so that Cyanrath understands?
Cyanrath's like, he jumps up and just bites into Agazar, and Agazar's like, "Ugh!" And you just hear boom, 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 as about 20 or so pistols and rifles go off, and Cyanrath just gets shredded with bullets. He's dead
Oh.
for now.
That's fine.
Okay. And Agazar's like, you mother, and just raises his sword,
As he does that, Squawky's gonna go, your mother fucked a goat!
whacks your hand off at the wrist.
Yeah, he's just gonna start screaming more, calling his mother a goat fucker.
Would that be enough hit points to knock him unconscious again? Because he only had 3.
Let me see.
Is he just go into shock?
Yeah, you take 8 points of slashing damage.
And does
And all
anything
the
Saving throw.
anything perceptibly change? Obviously, other than him falling unconscious, like the black shadow around him, does that dissipate? Does that stay with the staff? Does it move? Does it flee?
Well, you
Is there anything we
didn't
notice?
see it when Squawky woke back up.
Because the
Like,
shadow was around him when he was unconscious and stood up, and then when he came back awake,
The
it disappeared.
Shadow went away. Yeah.
Okay.
And it hasn't said anything since you tried to start explaining to Agazar what's going on.
And Squawky's been such a big help with this.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I know we're not in any real position to ask any favors, but can any of your men at least stop the bleeding? He's still a member of my crew.
He's like holding his side because Cyanrath like took a bite out of him, and he's like, "You're lucky I didn't just go for his head."
And I appreciate that.
And he
I'm gonna.
go ahead. If you want to heal him, go for it.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put my hand on Agazar and cure wounds.
Okay.
I really appreciate what you did there.
And he's like, the wound closes, and he's like, "Damn, that stings." And he's like, waves one of his guys forward, and you see just this scrawny looking pirate, and he's got a cane, and he like hobbles forward, and he looks like he might have been a half elf at one point, but he's missing both of his ears. And like he's got an eye patch on. He's got a peg leg, which is part of the limp problem. He does have both of his arms, but he's missing about 3 on this hand and 2 on this hand, and looks like he's been around the block a few times. And he hobbles up and he's like, all right, let me see here. Pulls out a healing kit and he's like, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Bandages up Squawky's wrist and like applies a salve, and Squawky stabilizes at 0 hit points. Unconscious still, but stabilizes at 0 hit points.
Damn, I needed more hit points to start screaming at him.
Thank you kindly, sir. We really appreciate it.
We do.
No worries, and he hobbles back off.
I love him so much.
Agazar, I'm
Agazar's
sure.
like, well, whether you wanted to or not, we gotta go see the Night Queen.
I'm gonna say, well, could you just give me 2 minutes, and I'm gonna pat Squawky down for his money, if that's possible.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to take his weapons from him
Take
as
his
well?
torches.
Because he has
I'm-
quite a few.
Just at this
Take
point,
his
I'm
torches.
solely concerned with how much gold he's got.
He's got 190 gold on him.
Like, I would like to take that, obviously, with your permission. And I'm going to run back into the pub and throw it at the
I'm sure Yoki will be right back.
throw it at the what's his name, person who runs it.
Eric
Eric.
O'Toole.
And say,
He's still like sitting there against the wall, holding his leg. He's just like,
I'm going to run back in and be like, I'm not entirely sure if this covers all the damages, but I'm going to drop the sack of money and cure wounds him as well.
is that your last
Yeah.
spell?
That's my last spell. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he hadn't actually like taken any damage, but obviously Cyanrath had grabbed him and he was bleeding from the leg, and the wounds close up and he's like, oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, and he like grabs the bag of coins and he's like, his eyes go wide and he's like, oh, well, this will more than cover it. Thank you kindly, sir. I don't know what that was about, but thank you.
We're not entirely sure either, but if you need anything, ask for a Yoki at Captain Grimm's. Well, I guess it's Captain Jack's complex now, and then I'm gonna head straight back out the door.
Okay. He's like, as you're leaving, you can hear him apologizing to the patrons. He gets his like employees standing back up, and
I would have warned him about the oil slick outside, so he doesn't just walk into the kitchen, slip, smack his head on the counter, and die.
Okay. He comes back out, and Agazar's just like standing there with his arms crossed. He's like,
Sorry,
that was important.
just had to make some reparations.
Well,
And
good
we-
on you. All right, come on, you're coming with us.
Of course. There should be no other interruptions or problems from us.
And you guys are being flanked by a lot of tense pirates, especially after Cyanrath attacked the captain of the guard.
Oh,
And
before we walked away, I'm gonna bind Squawky's feet closed, so he
Okay.
can't do any vocal spells either.
just tie it shut with some rope. Okay. And you see, Agazar is actually holding the staff. The hand has not let go.
That's so creepy.
Can I warn? I'm like, Agazar, I'd suggest you don't touch that, because the second he touched that, that's when we started to have problems.
I mean, he turns and looks at you and he goes, "The staff?"
Yeah. Can you put it down, please?
He just drops it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's
What's the problem?
let's see. The second he picked that up, we started to notice something slightly different about him.
So the staff was cursed.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. Yes.
Was being the
He reaches
operative
down and
word
picks
now.
it up again, and he goes,
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on Agazar then as we're walking.
Yeah, you guys make it there. You get to the wall. There's a small wall and a gate that leads to the pathway up the mountain.
Did the crown fall off? Sorry, did the crown fall off when the hand was cut off?
No.
He's still wearing the crown.
He's still wearing the crown.
Such a regal bird.
So there's a winding stairway path up the mountain. The steps are carved into the mountainside, and it winds up. And like he leads you through the gate, and he brings about 10 of his guys with him. The other 40 like stay behind. But he's leading you three carrying Squawky up the mountainside. And none of you guys are real strength beasts, so you're like once you kind of get up to the top, a little bit gassed.
Way more walking than I used to.
And when you reach the top, you guys have been here one time before, but it's hard not to let the sight take your breath away. It's the manor is built up against the like mountainside. It's beautiful. When you get there, there's just massive fields on both sides of the path of all different kinds of flowers. Like most of these flowers are not supposed to grow in this climate. They're from other countries. They're from other places in the world. Some of them only grow like high in the mountains in certain places of the realm. Like this garden has been specially cultivated. And as you guys are walking up the path, you notice that Agazar stops off to the side, and you hear him say, "Ma'am, we had a bit of an incident." And you look over and you see, wearing mostly just a plain like sundress, wearing a what are they called? I wrote down. She's wearing a hat. It's a rice hat, like the Vietnamese people wear when they're out. Like it's like a point, like a cone. And like she looks up, and you all have met her once, and it is indeed the Night Queen. She's an elf of Drow descent. Her skin is a deep purple, and it's very close to the color of the sashes that the crew wears. If she had indeed lived underground, she would be a pale purple, but a lifetime in the sun has darkened her skin tone. Her hair is black, but it is lined with gray from age. Her eyes are a pale gray, and she's beautiful, even in her simple clothes and being outside and sweating. And she just like looks up. She's like, "Oh, what's going on, Agazar?" He's like, we have a situation, ma'am. One of Captain Grimm's crewmen went insane and attacked the King's Ransom restaurant." And she's like, "Okay, um, that will be all, Agazar. Please return to your post." He's like, they said that this is cursed, and that the bird was obviously there's something going on here because his dead hand, I can't get it off. And she's like, "Interesting." She holds her hand out, and he hands it to her. And he's like, he like just kind of glares a little bit at you guys as he walks by, and he's like, "Don't make any more trouble."
Do our
And
best.
she's just holding the staff, and she's like poking the hand, like trying to pry the fingers off, but it won't let go. She's like, huh. Well, come on inside. Let's see what you have to say for yourselves.
Okay.
Outside of characters, the normal policy, like when we had come here and met her in the first place, to bow or salute, or is it just like super informal usually?
It was super formal the one time you met her, because it was when you were introduced to her for the first time as a member of Captain Grimm's crew. Like,
Okay.
there was a lot of pomp and circumstance. Like, she was in like a throne room type room in the manor, wearing, a gorgeous gown, her crown, like all her regalia, pirate captains, stuff like that. But this is
one's
only the second time you've ever seen her.
okay. I will still bow at the waist and then follow her in.
I'll do
Yeah.
kind of like this head bob the best I can while holding Squawky's legs.
And she
Squawky
opens
will
the
lay
front
there
door.
unconscious.
That's the point. Would we have been carrying Squawky still, or would they have taken Squawky off of us?
They made you carry him.
Okay. Yeah, I would have given some sort of deep head bow.
Okay. And you go inside because she opens the door. There's nobody opens the door for her. She takes her hat off and sets it on like a side counter. And she leads them into her home. You've been in here once before. The outside is rustic and pretty, and the inside is simple. Your guys' trained eye, you got an eye for things that are valuable. She mostly has a lot of different kinds of art lining the walls, and each one of these paintings is worth a lot, like a king's ransom, each one. And she doesn't have a lot of like gold or silver or fancy metal stuff around her house, just a lot of art. And she leads you to a room on the bottom floor, and you know that you had gone upstairs when you had seen her last time in like the throne room area. So she leads you into a office type room, and this room is like the walls are lined with bookshelves. There's hundreds of books here, and you guys understand that she's a huge collector of books, and her private collection would rival the collection of most of the largest libraries in the world. Some of these books are one of a kind. Like there's literally only one in the realm. And you guys are aware that whenever a new painting or book is found and stolen and brought back, she always wants to see them first and is the first one to offer money for those types of things because they're for her personal collection. She walks to a fine oak desk that, and it has a pitcher of water and a glass on it, and she pours some water into a plain, simple silver cup. And then you see her kind of focus, and frost forms around the cup, and like it begins to like steam. What's frost? What's frost steam
Condensation?
called?
Uh,
Condensation?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like when you see like frost come off the water, but it's like steam, but not steam because it's not hot. So
Mist.
it's
Mist?
she made it very cold, and then she drinks the entire cup down, sets it down, and she goes. And there's seats, and she's like, "Please have a seat."
Thank
So,
you, my lady.
tell me what happened.
Well, um, we were planning to visit here on official and other matters when our crew member Squawky fell into a fit of rage, likely due to his curse and his current condition. To start from what I might call the beginning, this all began with the Kuatoa's siege return and siege of Broken Heights. There we slew one of their priests, and Squawky retrieved and placed their priest's crown upon his head and collected the staff. From that point on, he began to devolve into madness, fits during his sleep, restless nights, and other unusual behavior. I think that thanks to your guard's help, we've managed to restrain him this time, though he may still need to be seen by a cleric of great power.
She nods, and she's like, Well, where's Captain Grimm?
That was the other bit of business that we had come here to discuss with you. Captain Grimm has officially announced his retirement. And while we were unable to bring the gift to your manor, we do have at the islands a show of good faith, and Grimm has promoted me to captain of the new ship, uh, the
The Hollow?
Hollow,
Yep.
in his stead.
Did we not bring the
Didn't we
crown
bring-
with
I was
us?
gonna say, Didn't we bring the crown?
I didn't have time to grab the crown.
Yeah, we wouldn't have grabbed it while having
I think
breakfast.
it's in my room at the hotel or whatever.
No, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We did bring it here though.
Yeah,
Yes,
here.
you brought it.
It-
Yes.
It's here, but not with us.
Yeah.
I was going to say that would have been a really stupid thing to do, is come all this way without that.
Her face remains neutral through the rest of the tale, and she gives a little bit of a sigh when you're done, and she's like, well, Captain Grimm is one of my oldest friends, and he was always one of my strongest allies. I will miss his counsel and his level head, but he does have an eye for talent, and if he is vouching for you, Captain Jack, then I trust his judgment. I'm not sure if you know this, but 3 of the current pirate captains were former members of the Reaper's crew before they became pirate captains.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Do you know if they left on good faith?
Oh, yes. Yes, they did.
It's good to know. I know Grimm has made allies and enemies across the sea.
Mostly allies. Captain Romanoff and him have never seen eye to eye, but he's respected by the rest of the captains, I believe.
That's good to know. Perhaps I can continue this trend with the other captains.
Well, it will be dangerous for you because Captain Romanoff might see this as an opportunity to increase his power by removing you and placing someone loyal to him in charge. And most of the other captains would not have anything to say if you somehow mysteriously died and someone showed up with your ship.
I appreciate the warning, my lady.
Of course, Captain Romanov is a good captain, but he's
With
no Captain
regard,
Grimm.
no one else is. He is unique in the best of ways.
Indeed. And she kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
But with regards to crew member here, are there any clerics, healers, or curse breakers of any renown on the island?
Yes. Let me here, lie him on the desk.
Okay.
Motions.
Yeah.
I get to give orders now.
Bitches,
Yogi
put
and
him
I,
down.
haul him up on the desk.
Like Squawky, he's like unconscious, but it's like fitful, and he's just kind of like jerking. He's still tied down, missing his hand now.
At least he's not vomiting all over us, because that would have been horrible.
No, that was when he was actually asleep, not unconscious.
Ah, okay.
Just turned into a fucking sprinkler.
And so she begins to like starts weaving sigils in the air above Squawky, and like puts her hands over him and closes her eyes. Well, well, your friend, your friend is dying.
Like,
Can we fix him?
physically or spiritually?
His his spirit is failing.
That's harder to fix.
He's being corrupted by, as far as I can tell, something.
We've been
Now
told it's the god.
I can
Sorry,
bring
ma'am.
whatever it is forward if it is what you wish.
If you bring it forward, can we kill it? Or exercise it?
I'm not sure. Removing the staff forcibly did not seem to do anything.
I have a question, ma'am. We've been told that it's a piece of a god of the Kuatoa. So it sounds like we need to find someone who knows how to get rid of God.
She crosses her arm and she's like, who told you that?
Lady Evelyn, she's a restaurant owner back at the Broken Hat.
But she's also a cleric of
Yeah.
old so-and-so.
She couldn't remove it because she's an avatar of another god, and he was forbidding her from removing the curse. But if we could find someone of equal power, they may be able to do it.
Well, it's hard to match an avatar for power. And if it is indeed the fragment of an old god, that's scary indeed. This may be beyond my purview to heal.
You have any suggestions? We really don't. This is way out of our scope of knowledge.
Well, I can. There's no one on the island who could do this sort of thing. And if an avatar says that she's not allowed to, the Empire?
Jack visibly grimaces.
Even if we could find someone at the Empire, he's not going to survive a trip the whole way there. This was kind of our last resort, if I'm honest.
Perhaps, my lady, if you could just help with his night terrors so that he can rest and survive the trip.
Well, let me see. Let me see. Like I said, we can try. We can try to do some things to help him.
The procedure you mentioned, bringing the entity forward, would that allow us to talk to it?
Indeed.
What do you think? Do we need to find out maybe what it wants?
It might be a good place to start. And in the Night Queen's presence, probably as safe a place as any.
It's true. Obviously, we can't really ask Squawky for consent.
I did not consent to that!
I do not consent, I do not consent, I do not consent! No butt stuff, no butt stuff, no butt stuff!
Touch me there.
Fuck that extra butt stuff.
We're gonna have to probe for information. This got off track real fast. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's if you're willing, my lady, let's bring this entity forward and see if we can talk to it.
All right. And she closes her eyes once again and creates the runes in the air, places them along Squawky's form, and they eventually form into a circle in the air above his body, and then the shadow comes up out of Squawky's body, the shadowy form of the Kuotoa fish god. He goes, "Ah, ah, what is this? Ah, stupid." He just looks at Squawky, lying there on the table. Can't do anything right.
Yeah, you probably should have picked a more capable member of the crew.
I didn't pick him. He chose me.
I don't suppose you could be convinced to get out of this useless vessel.
You could kill him.
But would that kill you?
I am a god.
Yeah, and what's your name, by the way? We've never heard of you.
I am the mighty Ugotoa.
Get it? It's like a play on words. Still doesn't ring a bell, though.
It matters not if you know of me. My people worship me. And your foolish bird friend who can't even breathe underwater decided to be possessed by a sea god.
I will admit that touching things that don't belong to him is a character flaw.
Indeed. And the shadowy form reaches down and pulls the crown off of Squawky's head and places it on his own shadowy form.
Yeah, it's a pretty sharp crown you got there. What's it do?
It's mine.
That makes sense. Well, I've got an idea. What if we go get a lamp, and then you can hang out in this lamp until someone finds the lamp. And then when they find the lamp, you can come out of the lamp.
What do you
And
think
then-
the staff does?
Yeah, but it's a stick.
Works
Lamps
just
are
fine.
much more interesting.
How
Also,
does
we
that,
don't.
how does that work, by the way? Because it seems to. So, did the piece of you that was in the staff, is it now in Squawky? And can it go back into the staff? A tight-lipped, huh?
I have no reason to tell you.
So the staff is a lamp. That makes you a genie.
Sure.
Grant me
Call me
wishes.
what you want. I am worshipped by the Kuotoa as a god.
Is it because you grant wishes?
Oh, but if you're worshipped as a god, does that mean you're not actually a god?
You know, I don't know.
It's really philosophical, Catrus. Deep. Really deep.
No, I'm trying to think if he's not a god, maybe he's killable.
Yeah. Honestly, we don't need to kill him. We just need him out.
It's true. What is your goal here? I mean, obviously you didn't expect to be picked up by a little Kenku, but you seem to have a goal for him anyway. What is your goal? Still tight-lipped, huh?
Well, the goal is to cause mayhem. Because my former friend was oh so close.
Suppose you have any conversation spells, Catrus?
Mm-mm, I do
A
not.
sorcerer? That's silly.
I know.
Yeah, I'm all about blowing shit up.
That's like clerics and druids. Bards.
Well, your godship, we sort of sit at an impasse. Your vessel is incapacitated, and you don't want to go back into your staff.
Oh, well, I'm not actually in the staff.
Yeah, because you're in Squawky. Oh, wait, you were in the crown the whole time?
No,
Yeah.
I'm actually locked away.
And if one were to lock you away, where would they have locked you away? Damn. I didn't think that would work.
Also, why? Why were you locked away?
Mortals don't like it when you mess with their world.
Well, yeah. What if someone came along and messed with your world, huh?
This is my world. If you wish me to leave your friend, then I need you to do something for me.
As long as it doesn't involve killing Squawky, I'll consider it.
Well, that's the quick and dirty option.
And option B is
Option B is you throw the staff into the Everfont.
That seems like a really bad idea.
Say we were to do that, what would you get out of it?
Well, I wouldn't be in your friend anymore.
and what else? Hmm.
Secrets, all the secrets. How much does your friend mean to you,
T Yoki click his flintlock.
That's not yet.
Does Catrus know enough about the Everfont to know what casting a potentially possessed object into it would do?
Oh boy. You can roll a history check, but you need a nat 20.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
no. That would have been amazing though.
You have no idea. None of you have actually really studied the Everfont.
And Squawky's out cold, so.
If you agree to help me, I will stop messing with this one. And at least let him sleep through the night.
What do we have as your guarantee you'll do this?
What guarantee do I have that you'll actually do what I ask?
Well, you have control of our friend right now, so You could kill him if you wanted to.
Then he wouldn't be possessing his vessel anymore. Why don't you give us a moment to talk this
By all means.
through? My lady, if you'd care to join us in the other room.
She's like, you look over her and like there are beads of sweat like pouring down her face, and like she's just concentrating super hard. And she's like, and she kind of looks over at you, and she like you can see this tiny, imperceptive like shake of her head.
We'll try to be quick. We'll step out and close the door, I assume into like a hallway or something.
Yep.
And talk somewhat hushed.
Okay.
At the very least, we need to bargain for him to not keep Squonky alive. But whether we head towards the Everfont or towards the Empire, unfortunately, he possessed our navigator.
So we'd have no idea of knowing whether killing Squawky would get rid of him. Like if we were to actually kill Squawky, and then like would that
You have
we
a
have
little bit of a little bit because you killed the last vessel.
Yeah, and then So
Okay.
for Squawky, he'll go back into the staff. But then someone's got to pick it up and
Wow,
do something.
this
with it again,
slaps,
so it's
and I
like
feel refreshed.
we might be starting from square one.
Yeah.
Yes, it did
Well,
seem like the first person to touch it after the priest died would be possessed by the staff.
Okay,
But
here's
since Squawky was already possessed, whoever picks up the staff, there's no effect.
here's what I'm thinking. He told us he wants us to cast the staff into the Everfont, but he didn't say we couldn't go do other stuff first. We could get rid of him, find a way to get rid of him from this staff, and then go cast it in the Everfont.
We'd have to keep up appearances to him and Squawky for the entire voyage.
Do we know whether Squawky is mentally still intact though from all of this? Because even though we get rid of him, he might be insane. Would we have any idea?
You're asking me?
Yeah, that's just a generic question.
You have no idea.
Okay. I mean, I've read of
Squawky this way.
I've read of magic that can bring people back from the dead.
That might be an option. We give Squawky a quick and clean death, and then resurrect him shortly thereafter. I don't like the idea. And I'm sure Squawky wouldn't like the idea.
It has to beat Bauer and scrape into this Ukatoa.
The Night Queen is
I mean,
powerful.
you guys have been with Squawky for a while, so you know Squawky's main thing is like whatever's best for the crew. That's usually his whole thing. Is he cares more about the crew and all that shit more than he cares about most anything else.
Does Zach want to roll a new character?
I'm just throwing it out there. You guys know that of Squawky. So,
Well, and Catrus would also realize that if throwing this staff destroys the Everfont or does anything to change the Everfont, it's going to change the economy on Broken Heights and potentially absolutely destroy a huge population's worth living.
the Everfont, that's where we got the Red Bull, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh damn!
That's what they
totally
used to
should have. I should have
wine.
stuck. I should have stuck the staff in there while I was there.
You didn't have it.
I went back there.
Yeah, he did. Went back there.
They would.
Yeah, He did.
Oh, to see if they were able to.
If they were able to get rid of the damn thing.
Well, you didn't know you needed to.
True. Technically, Squawky still doesn't.
Technically.
That still would have been amusing. I'm gonna stick this in here.
Just swirls the water.
If they let you.
So is the
Squawky
Night
managed
Queen?
to fight off these three for a while.
Yeah, but these
the Night
three
Queen
are
in the
just
other
more
room?
We
she's-
also
She's
we're
holding
trying to
the
kill you.
freaking
True.
the god in the material plane right now while you
Of
guys
course.
contemplate. She said she could not leave, and like it was obviously putting a huge strain on her to keep him here. So you guys are like, "We'll be quick." 2 hours later. Like-
I mean, he can't. There's two big things you can say here. He can't kill Squawky, or he'll be presumably cast back to the staff anyways, which we could leave locked up. Probably here would be one of the safest places to leave it. But that's a slow death. The alternative is that we have to keep up appearance. The other thing is, I don't want to throw the staff into the Evervault. I don't know what it'll do, but given this being's track record, it can't be good.
Oh, here's an idea. Oh, I exited out of the game.
It's a terrible idea.
I mean, that would.
It's my idea. Bye.
I don't want to make a decision now.
Control me. Piss off.
What if we go find the Kuatoa and see if they'll take the staff back and fix our problems after we killed a bunch of their population?
Give them another chance to invade, and they can try it again. It's the best of both worlds.
Just leave the staff there on the ground for them to pick up on their own. And
Still have to kill Squawky first.
Yeah.
You have to release him from the grip. Maybe. And then potentially resurrect him and hope that it doesn't stick.
If let's tell the entity we'll take him back to the Everfont. We'll head towards the Empire.
Vomit him in your mouth a little bit there.
And see how long we can get away with heading in that direction. Surely somebody in the capital will be able to help us more. Worst comes to worst, we do away with Squawky and at least save the Everfont being tainted by whatever this entity is.
I stick by your decision, Captain.
and I'm proficient in navigator tools, so I can get us there.
That makes the demoting Squawky simpler. Back inside.
All right, let's do this.
As you
And
walk back inside, you cannot see the shadow anymore. And the Night Queen is like sitting in her chair, like absolutely looks like she just went through a battle. Like she's just drenched in sweat. Like her hands are on the desk and she's just breathing hard. And she like looks up at you as you walk in and she's like, "I'm sorry I couldn't keep him here any longer."
Oh, it's all right, man.
Lady, we appreciate your efforts. It has been incredibly helpful in our quest. I'm gonna go walk over and rap on Squawky's noggin.
Okay.
Hey, if you're in there, we'll take you to the Everfont. We have to pick up some supplies and do some trades first. But as long as you agree to let Squawky sleep and eventually leave his body, we will take you there. Assume I don't get a response.
Nope.
I'll turn back to the Night Queen. My lady, I must ask one other thing from you. I believe the safest place for this staff is here, locked away. Surely you have secret storehouses scattered across the island. One of them is surely secure enough to hold this staff and keep it away from anyone else.
Indeed.
Would you be willing to take this staff and lock it away so that no one else can find it?
Now?
My hope was yes. Do you believe it would be better that we take the staff?
Well, I don't think Ugatoa is a fool.
Oh, right. So if we're going to throw it into the fonts.
Yes.
That's right. Well, then I'll hold on to it. Since it's presumably harmless.
Okay.
At this time.
But if you need somewhere to lock it away, should he be trapped back in the staff, then yes.
Yeah, if I come back and I'm holding the staff, or any of my crew holding the staff, and refuse to put it down, cut their hands off and lock it away, or kill them and lock it away.
I have a question. Since since Ukotoa put the crown on his head, did the crown just like disappear, or did it clatter to the ground when he demanifested?
It's gone.
Oh shit!
That jerk! How are we supposed to sell it if he takes it?
So, Squawky, when you manage to wake back up, you will no longer have -1 to all your stats.
It's
You
thinking
guys
the whole
fought him,
time.
and like he was kicking your butt, and he had -1 to all of his stats.
But he was rolling like an
He
absolute
had
god.
help, but like you guys were rolling so bad as a team.
Hey, there we go.
What's the difference between grappling Squawky and stabbing Squawky?
I mean, putting him down is what stopped him.
True.
Is Squawky still missing his left hand?
Oh yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna go find you a hook hand.
Fuck. But how am I supposed to use my boomstick or my bow?
Well, good luck.
I'll
You're-
speak
you're-
to
Probably
I'll
get,
s-
like, an
I'll speak to the
attachment that
DM
grips the
about
bow.
tinkering a hand.
Making him a hand. You have an
Yeah.
artificer in your party.
bionic hand.
Might not be that advanced, but you'll be able to like hold the end of your boomstick or hold your bow. Maybe not dexterous enough to use a pistol in the offhand, but
Well,
everyone shoots with the right anyway.
my lady, if
That's why he picked it up with his left hand, is because he had a weapon in the other hand.
Yep.
So he picked it up with his offhand.
we'll take our leave. As far as becoming a captain and officially one of the 10, would it be more correct to do it as an official ceremony later this week?
Oh, that's not necessary.
Okay. An unofficial promotion then. I would still like to at least bring you Captain Grimm's offering in good faith before
Okay.
any official decisions are made.
Yes, that's fine.
Wonderful. Then I shall.
Agazar will know to let you through.
That is excellent. I will try to return later today.
Very well.
All right, Yoki. let's pick him up and take him all the way back down.
I'll
could.
grab this.
You could wake him up, make him walk.
Yeah, but we don't know for certain that he's okay. So I don't want him to cause trouble in the Night Mother's or Night Queen's house.
What's the worst that could happen?
All right, if you guys
Kills
want to
the
carry
Night
him back
Queen.
down,
I'll carry
Get
the
to the-
staff.
you get oh good for you. Oh man.
So helpful, Jack. Thanks.
Like you guys are absolute man. Should have brought Balut along. You could just carry Squawky with one hand. You guys are very much gassed when you get to the bottom of the steps. Downhill is easier, but still not great when carrying somebody. And Agazar
You're
is standing there
definitely
waiting. He's
one-handed.
got his arms crossed, and he's just like, huh, "Well, she didn't kill you."
Yeah, Captain. I think we made a rather good impression. I'll be back later.
I'll be watching you.
I'll wink on the way by.
You guys head out the gate and back out into Darkfall.
Well, I guess we take him back to the complex and try to wake him up, see if he's normal.
Yeah.
You guys head back, and the crew's just kind of like milling around because it's been just a few hours now, and they're just kind of like, "Oh, hey, Captain, are we heading out soon?"
Probably not for at least a day or two. Some
Oh.
business here to take care of. Is
There,
Blue around?
Yeah, I think he's out back working out.
That's so him. And did anyone stop by with any questions about the commotion earlier today?
The commotion?
Nothing. It was nothing really.
Whoa! What
Um,
happened to Squawky's hand?
That was an unfortunate accident.
But it's
He got in
holding the
trouble with
staff.
the guard.
Oh, this hand. I thought you were talking about the one that it does have feathers on it and claws. And it's starting to stink.
Squawky's
He
got a
wouldn't put it
gross
down.
hand.
So we didn't have any other choice.
So you cut it off. So if we accidentally pick something up, you're gonna cut our hands off?
Only if you won't drop it.
Yes, sir.
Carry on.
Captain, with your permission, may I send Riff and Havoc to go and help out at the King's Ransom?
Yeah.
Go
I'm
clean
sure
up
they
our
would
mess.
appreciate that. Also, I wanted to talk to you two really quick before I headed back to the Night Queen's men. I keep saying Night Lady. There's a big red
She
hand
is
on the
now the
door.
Night Lady.
I keep saying Night Mother, like
Or Night Mother, yeah.
Yeah, Dark Brotherhood.
I'm trying to remember what the password is.
Depends on the phrase.
What is life's greatest illusion? And then I don't remember what the
There's
answer is.
that one, and then what is the music of life?
Damn,
Okay.
I don't remember the answers. These are important questions.
Skyrim is 10 years old.
The music of life was silence, and I don't remember the other one.
Oh, that's right.
Innocence, my brother.
Then welcome home.
Yoki just looks at him like, what the heck are you all talking about?
We've had some history in other less reputable organizations.
Less reputable.
Yeah, you wanted to...
Pirate captains of the Dusverian Strait.
And then in Oblivion, it was what's the color of night? And the answer was Sanguine, my brother.
Yes.
You had to look that up.
I did Google that one.
I mean,
Uh,
we got like 10 minutes. Do you guys want to talk about more Elder Scrolls or move on?
Let's move on. Let's get Squawky woken up so we can end at least on.
I want to send
So we
over
can find out
somebody.
if he's insane.
I'm going to send somebody who's loitering to go get Blood and have Blood come up to Squawky's room. And then follow them on up.
A couple minutes later, Blood comes up. He's like, "Oh, what do you want?"
Well, we're gonna try and wake Squawky up, and if he loses his mind and tries to run out the door, I need you to.
What did you do to his hand?
We didn't do nothing.
This was technically the captain of the guards.
How is he supposed to cook me delicious meals and if he doesn't have a hand?
He still has another hand. And we could put a spatula on his arm.
Or a knife. So
Jack,
Or a knife.
he was part of the crew for 10 years under Captain Grimm. He's been under your command for less than a freaking month, and he has already lost his hand.
In my defense, this was his own. He brought this on himself.
Oh, yeah, that's what they always say.
I look to the other two for support. Like, come on, guys.
I was just gonna shrug and be like, well.
Blood's not wrong.
I'm not wrong. Well, yeah. Anyways, there's still a couple of metal bowls in here from
Sure.
earlier.
Wood bowls, yeah.
Oh, damn it. I need metal bowls.
Okay.
Or
What do
pots,
you need
or
a
pans.
metal bowl for?
Just gonna cut the hand off.
No, I'm gonna bang them together and wake Squawky up.
Oh.
I'll go get some. Do any of you have any ideas on how to wake Squawky up? I was just gonna bang some pots and pans together, but
Yep, I got an idea. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen, get a bowl of water, and I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at it so it's really nice and cold. And then I'm gonna dump it on his head.
and then the ice
Okay.
block shattered his
The
nose.
ice block hits Squawky in the face. Thunk. Squawky, you wake up. Ugh! Ah, you've got a ringing headache.
Other than the headache, how does Squawky currently feel?
Well, you're missing a hand.
How do I feel about the fact that I'm not holding the staff anymore?
You're okay.
Squawky's gonna go, Caterus, the fuck?
I miscalculated the power of that spell. How do you feel?
My head hurts because you hit me in the head with a piece of ice.
Fair enough. But
How's your hand feel?
alright.
Where the fuck did my hand go?
He's back.
It sure sounds pretty normal.
Pick up 2 cursed items. Just kind of touches his head. Oh. Hey, the crown's gone. Did you guys get rid
You're
of it?
welcome.
Where's my hand? Can I have
It's
my
right
hand
here.
back?
You probably
won't let
don't
go.
want it back.
How much of the previous shenanigans does Squawky still remember?
All of it.
Squawky's gonna sit there and go, "Oh, I've got a lot of people I need to go apologize to."
You after you say that, you hear Squawky. Doesn't sound like Squawky, but it comes from his mouth.
Well, I guess there's 2 of you in there. Still.
Suddenly, Squawky, you're just like, and the shadowy like form overtakes his body again, and he goes, "Promises must be kept, Captain Jack."
Is the shadowy form wearing the crown? Or is the crown not there?
It is.
The crown
Oh,
is
that's
there.
cool.
Yep.
Huh.
Does it look visible? Does it look very real? Or does it look shadowy like?
It looks very real.
So the crown just kind of manifests whenever the Ukotoa comes forward. Interesting.
And the after it says that, it fades away once again. Squawky's like, "Whoa, you don't remember that part." You're like, "What the hell just happened?" Like you blacked out for like 5 seconds.
Oh, shit's gonna be weird.
Shit has been weird. Ever since the Kraken, nothing. Well, actually, no. Ever since the captain left the ship, nothing has gone according to plan.
Well, Squawky, you should get some rest because I have a feeling you're actually going to be able to rest.
Oh, and Yoki, you could probably untie him now.
Yeah, I'll command the rope to.
Okay, you are now unbound.
But I do put my hand straight on my force cannon in case.
Straight on your gun.
Yeah.
Like, I dare you, motherfucker! I'll blast you.
And the doggo appears and starts biting Jack again.
So I'm warning you, Squawky. It won't just be your hand next time.
Squawky got trucks. Fair enough. It's gonna be weird not having a hand anymore.
You are your own man right now.
Yeah,
So
Squawky's not crazy and not being told to burn down establishments.
Let's
You
give-
suggested it. He just ran with it.
Let's give
Yeah.
Squawky some time to
You were like
rest.
joking. He's like, "I'll have to burn that place down," and then the god was like, "Yeah, you do that."
No.
You go burn that down.
Yeah, you go burn that down. And then
If only I
it
would
was
have
nice, and then
remembered
he was
sooner
like,
that I
"Kill them
had
all."
healing potions. That would have been neat.
Just burn all your healing potions.
I mean, that way I probably would have been able to set the place on fire, but I kind of
Yeah,
forgot.
probably. Or if you had just healing touched yourself.
Yeah, I was trying to get into the other place, and then I was like, "Oh right, I have healing things," and then Thunderwave happened. And I was, damn it!
Yeah. Anyway, that's a pretty good place to stop.
Yeah.
So I don't forget, because I'm probably going to forget in 2 weeks. We leave Squawky to sleep and step outside. I want to ask the other two. So I know I was going to bring the crown to the Night Queen, as that was originally part of the plan. But given the trouble we've caused and her services stay, and that she was going to take a cut of our profits anyways, I wanted to give her one of those hearts that we collected off the sea.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
as payment
with
to
that.
her and for damages done to the town in general.
I'm good with that.
How many did we get in the end?
Two, I think.
Two water elemental hearts. Yeah. No merfolk jewelry though. Would have been a
Look.
good present.
It looked like it was just a bunch of seashells.
It was.
Shiny rocks.
It's true.
Very expensive, highly well made shiny rocks.
Yes.
Nah, maybe we'll
like
see
the,
him
the
again.
close look would have been they're perfect. Like the shells are perfect. Not chipped, nothing. Like perfectly formed on the bottom of the sea. You almost never find one that's perfect when you're on the beach.
Wow, I
Cool.
took 2 pages of notes today. What happened?
You guys did not make it very fun.
We had
In
way
what
more
I had
trouble
planned
with
for
Squawky.
today. I was like, all right, here's the
Yeah.
plan for today. And then it just went out the fucking window.
It would have been so much more fun if I was able to burn the place down. That'd have been great.
It would
I'm
have
so-
totally been an explosion. If
I
you
am
got
so glad that
burned.
thunder wave worked.
Too bad I didn't. I've only got thaumaturgy as a cantrip and not like prestidigitation. Because then I could have lit shit on fire.
Yep.
Little spark.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Anyway, that's the lovely
Yeah.
thing about D&D. Sometimes shit happens that you don't plan for, and you just gotta wing it by the seat of your pants. He hadn't failed the
Squawky-
wisdom save until that point.
I mean, Squawky was, when he was tied up, he was going to try and set himself on fire, but I couldn't move my hands.
Yeah, you got your hand cut off by the captain of the guard.
Such a dick.
You got Cyanrath just obliterated too. He's gonna remember that trauma. Holy cow!
Quick, he wouldn't
Oh, that
felt
was bad.
anything. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He died quick, but it was painful. Holy cow!
Nothing like getting shredded by musket bullets.
Yeah, overwhelming amounts of fields of fire. Anyway, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I have
The
a
22nd?
thing. I have a thing on the 22nd, so I won't be available.
What about next weekend? If we just did another weekend,
Since
Far
you
as
already
I'm
had
aware.
content planned that we didn't.
I
even
got
get
I
to.
got a decent amount now. Plus, I got a whole week to prep more if I need to.
Yeah,
I
I've
sh-
got nothing on that day.
Should be good with that as well.
Yeah, I've got
It'd
nothing on
be the
15th. as far as I'm
15th,
aware.
the 15th of October.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll plan for next weekend then.
Sweet. Sounds
Wait.
good.
Works for me.
Cool.
Cool.
And then we'll skip the weekend after that. All right.
Thanks.
See you guys later.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.